Hello and welcome, everybody. You're here coming at you live from Seattle, Washington, the Card Kingdom Ballard brick and mortar store. We're here with 4 rounds of Legacy, both live and in paper, coming at you.
Yeah, I'm Patrick. This is Kelvin, and we're just getting underway. This is our first week here with the London Mulligan, so it should be very fun to see what sort of spice
Oh,
people are bringing.
Okay, yeah. People showed up with some memes, some dreams, and everything in between to this week. I think we got stuff with breakfast in the room. We
Yep.
have ley lines. We got a bunch of sneak and just stuff that just try to abuse that London Mulligan.
Exactly. We'll see how far it can be bent before it breaks tonight.
Oh God, yeah. What do you? Okay, I think they're announcing a pairing.
Yeah, they're announcing pairings and they're also making sure everyone's aware how the London Mulligan works. Because I know there's a handful of people that talking to them before we got started were like, oh, wait, is that table 7, please?
Yes.
Is that happening? Is that this week?
Oh yeah.
Because the rules went into effect with the pre-release of M20, not the release of M20. That's also why the banned and restricted list was out today as well. So all sorts of fun timing stuff as people figure out how to adjust to this wonderful London Mulligan.
Oh yeah, and then there's also those people who just want to wreck the tournament and just showing up with serum powder. It's like, hey judge, can you please tell everyone how serum powder works with the London Mulligan?
Yeah, so in case anyone out there wants to know how serum powder works, you have to make the choice on which of the no, we're not making a judge call right now.
We're making a judge call, yeah.
But no, it's the fun story of how does serum powder work with the new Mulligan now?
I can explain if you want.
Oh, no, it's fine. I think we've got it. But after you only can use serum powder after you've decided how many cards or which cards are going on the bottom of your library. So if you take a mull to 5 by putting 2 on the bottom, then you serum powder for a fresh 5. You don't get to serum powder for a fresh 7, then put 2 on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
There were people doing some things in Modern where they just play 4 copies of Eternal Scourge and then try to serum powder it away. It's like, I got a free 3/3.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. Oh, people still doing that with the new Squee.
Yeah, with Squee works too.
Mist Hollow Griffin. Like,
yeah.
It's bad. I don't recommend it, but it's certainly a way to use the rules to your advantage.
Exactly.
Some pretty spicy cards.
Well, I think we've got our players down there, so let's head down to the match.
Okay.
We need to update these names.
On the left, we have Nick Baraka. I'm pretty sure he plays Blue Red Delver.
Okay.
And on the right, here's our spicy memes. Oh, look, the name is correct. That is Greg Mitchell.
Oh, nice.
He's not playing Miracles. He's playing Ley Lines.
He's going to ley line them out to dry.
Yeah, exactly. People who are unfamiliar with the deck, what it tries to do is it tries to put 4 or 5 ley lines into play before the game starts. Use Sarah's Sanctum to tap for 4 white mana. Cast Opalescence. Make your ley lines into 4/4s, and then beat your opponent to death.
On turn 1.
On turn 1.
Since they are put into play as a pregame action.
Oh God.
Ooh, he's got an Opalescence.
Oh no, that's Opalescence. This is the nuts.
Yeah, he's missing.
Serum Powder. No, he's got Opalescence, Sarah Sanctum, and 4 ley lines.
That's Sarah Sanctum. Oh wow, he's got it.
And also, he has 2 Leyline of the Void too. Leyline of the Void is actually. Oh no, it's actually a card that is relevant in a lot of matchups.
Oh yeah, surprisingly.
The best thing about this, when you're playing Storm post board, playing Ant, let's say they happen to luck into a Leyline of Sanctity, you just can't win. So there's some of the Leylines are bad. Like Leyline of Life Force doesn't do anything. Leyline of Singularity's cool, but doesn't quite do anything.
The new green Leyline also probably doesn't do anything.
Does not do anything, no. But Leyline of Sanctity and Leyline of Void do have text, and they can certainly mess with some opponents.
Yeah.
Wow. Leyline of the Void's going to be quite decent against an Arcanist deck, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but that said, 4 4/4s on turn 1 that are swinging in is also very good against most decks. So I'm expecting this to be a nice, quick match in favor of Greg off of this crazy good draw.
Also the card is also like if your opponent happens to have a daze, you just cast Serum Powder and then have them pay for it. We got a reader.
Yep. Here come the ley lines.
Oh, wow. This is bad. Okay, this is gonna be turn 1. I will attack you for 16. Opalescence. And since they've been in play since before your untap step, they can just attack.
Yep, they've been in play since the beginning of the game.
Yep. Yep. So Opalescence does not make itself a 4/4, but it makes
Nope.
all those spicy ley lines. And pretty sure Nixon will take 16 to the face.
Yeah, if he doesn't have force for that opalescence or days or anything for that opalescence right now, I think he's asking for confirmation from the judge about what all is going on here.
And Greg is known to play Russian and Korean cards.
Mhm.
So I would not take my opponent's word for that. I'm casting a 4-mana enchantment and turns these all into 4/4. So that is a little on the wacky side of something you'd see at a legacy tournament. But yeah, Nick is, yep, it looks like he's taking Oracle Text and Opalescence. Yep.
Wow.
And these leylands are actually 4/5s.
Oh yes, because of the
Leyline
green
of light.
ley line.
And that's a concession. Oh, game over.
Wow. That might be, I believe, the fastest game one we have ever seen on stream.
I mean, that was
We're
a turn.
close.
Usually when you see turn ones, they take a little bit of work. No,
Mhm.
that's just, here's my hand. You're dead.
Here's the hand. Do you have answers?
Yeah, I mean, actually, bring up Serum Powder. Greg gives him 4 copies of Serum Powder, so that may play a factor.
I think Serum Powder is obviously the right choice for this deck.
Yeah.
It's you need it for the consistency, even with the improved London Mulligan.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Nick's on Grixis. I saw a Liliana's Triumph coming in. That's not a good card. That's an actively bad card in this matchup because getting your opponent, if they're sacking creature, it means Leylands are already active and in play.
Hmm.
But also, one thing this Leyline deck has against Delver is they play 4 copies of, what's that card? It's an enchantment. It's 1 in a way. It makes all activated abilities cost more. A Suppression Field.
Yes, Suppression Field.
4 copies of Suppression Field. So if you don't quite get 4 Leylands into play on turn 1, if you cast your Blessings, you can just start ramping with, just play your Suppression Fields, just cast your Serum Powder, have them for mana to get to the 4 mana you need. And also Suppression Field on turn 1 on the play means no cracking fetch lands.
Exactly.
No wastelanding.
Mhm.
No Deathrite Shamaning.
Cut down on any sort of activations from any opponent's early planeswalkers.
Yep.
Fetches are the real big one to crack down on.
Yep, I have a bunch of 4/4s and you have no lands.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I was even thinking, like, what does the sideboard for the Leyline deck look like?
It's usually just like small enchantments. I see Greg bringing some Journey to Nowheres.
Yeah, seems good.
It's usually Surgical Extraction, kite cards. It's basically free.
Anything
spells.
for free, yeah.
Yeah, free spells. Sometimes for slower decks, you bring an Idyllic Tutor.
Probably some different types of ley lines.
I'm pretty sure they don't usually do that because all the playable ley lines are already in the deck.
Okay, even yeah, I guess the new green ley line is bad. The new red ley line is bad in the deck.
Yeah, I think the new red one's a little more relevant, but it's usually 4 copies of Anticipation, 4 copies of Sanctity, 4 copies of Void, and then we're also playing Life Force to round it out. There's some that are actively bad, like Leyline of Singularity, and Leyline of the Meek is also terrible because that is symmetrical.
Yeah.
That says all creature tokens. So then now your opponent's Young Pyromancer is just spitting out 2/2s.
Yeah, exactly.
And Leyline of Singularity is bad because that makes all your other Leylines legendary. So you have to sack if you have multiples. So that one doesn't quite work. Leyline of Lightning is blank, but at least doesn't hurt you.
Same with Leyline of Anticipation. Oh wait, it runs Anticipation.
It does Anticipation. Well, Anticipation actually can help because you can flash in stuff and then basically surprise block, and also play around counter spells. That looks like a mulligan. Look like no Sarah Sanctum.
Yeah, whole bunch of ley lines though.
Okay. So yeah, similar to Vintage Dredge, this deck kind of has to mulligan a Sarah Sanctum because usually has a couple copies of City Brass, couple copies of Mana Confluence to start casting stuff. But if it doesn't have a Sarah Sanctum, it doesn't cast spells.
Exactly. The deck is very reliant on getting that. I haven't seen that is the biggest weakness of the deck is it needs some sort of way to find it. Ooh, a helm.
That is the one side plan. That is so he's Serum Powdering this away.
Yep.
He's putting the helm back in his deck and Serum Powdering that away. So that is Leyline of Lightning, Leyline of Anticipation, Serum Powder, Leyline of Life Force, Suppression Field, and it looks like another Leyline.
Yeah.
Leyline of Lightning.
I'm not sure if I would have. I'm betting the helm is maybe a 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, so I think that one's good to put back.
Yeah, probably.
But this deck doesn't not really usually shuffle their deck, so once it's on the bottom, that's basically you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
So
well,
that's just a hedge in case Greg mulligans again, because then shuffles it back in.
Well,
he's playing Leyline of the Meek. That's usually not what you want to do.
Ooh, another mulligan here. We're going to be watching a lot of mulliganing going on. If you ever want to just goldfish a deck and get good at mulliganing, Leyline Them Out to Dry is one of those decks that will let you
yeah.
do that. You have to be very sure in what you have in your opening hand to know whether or not you can go for a kill quickly.
Okay, so this is 7. I see Opalescence. I see
Mhm.
Great Oromancy.
Mm-hmm.
I see a Serum Powder. Just
Yep.
going back, this may enter Exile, because these are a bunch of... Yep. That is
Yep.
Leyline of Punishment, Leyline of Green Leyline, and then Leyline of... Oh, no, that's the
Leyline of
Dissension.
New Red One. Yeah.
I think that's Leyline of Lightning. That's the Dissension one.
Yep.
That's Leyline of Punishment. Then you got the Green Leyline from Ravnica, which is basically blank.
Mm-hmm.
Great Oromancy, and then a Serum Powder. Well, the good thing is Greg is now on a 49-card library, so he's going to find something a little bit more consistency.
Yeah, that is one benefit here. The other one is he's also on the draw. So if he really needs to, yeah,
it's a Sanctum and a Rip. So that's actually an okay. So if he keeps
that's not bad. Yeah.
2 ley lines, Sarah Sanctum, rest in peace.
And I think he's got Helm.
Stuff. Helm.
He had Helm in
So
there too, but I think he's tucking Helm back on.
He has to tuck Helm because he has Rip.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, Leyline of Void, you can't cast it.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have that in your opinion, or you need to have Rip. So I'm pretty sure Greg has 2 ley lines, Sanctum, Rip are the 4 cards he kept.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is fairly relevant against a Lure Delver deck, but also not the best. Sanctity and Anticipation.
Nice.
Yeah, he's holding Rip, and so he's going to have 3 mana.
Yep.
Yeah,
He'll have 2 to drop the Rip, and then 1 more right after that.
Yeah, I would almost rather have the Rip be a Suppression Field, because Suppression Field insulates you against Wasteland, but also means your opponent can't go off really there. Basically, you have to draw 2 actual mana sources or counter with Suppression Field. I mean, Rip is okay against a Blue-Red Delver deck. It just turns off Arcanist, but there's not many other synergies that Rip does.
Good question from the chat. Does the Leyline deck only have Sarah Sanctum as land?
Mana Confluence.
Ah, yes. Okay, so it does run Mana Confluence. I was trying to think what other land it runs, because I know it runs another.
Ripped an Opalescence.
Looks like it could be, yeah. It was something white.
Yeah, but also having the Rip in his hand means if he gets long enough, Helm is actually now an active kill.
Mm-hmm.
So can you pull up the chat on our screen?
Yeah, I need to go find where that is. I was trying to contact the guy that helps set stuff up, because the stream title is also wrong.
It's just like an upkeep brainstorm into double Wastelands. So Greg is about to take 3, lose his only land, and then be sitting behind a bunch of enchantments that don't really do much.
Yep.
But it can cast all his spells with Flash.
I mean, there's that. That's some icing on the cake,
and
I guess.
that's actually double Wasteland. So Greg actually needs to get one more Leyline and one more enchantment into play before he starts casting Opalescence. And that means he needs 3 copies of Sarah Sanctum.
Yeah, either 3 copies of Sarah Sanctum or some other way to... Although he can't really get it back from exile now, can he?
Nope.
Yeah, he does have the Opalescence in hand. And
Leyline of Life Force.
Yeah.
Or I think it's Leyline of Life Force, and the green one from Core 11 was Leyline of Vitality.
Yeah.
3. So
Greg's got 6 more turns, I think.
But he needs to actually rip. So he needs to rip Suppression Field or 3-mana enchantment.
He doesn't have any. He needs some. Yeah, he needs.
Sarah. So he needs to rip Sanctum into a castable enchantment into. He has the Opalescence. So he needs to rip Sanctum. Sierra is not going to be. He needs to go Sanctum to castable enchantment and try to hope for there's not a Force World on the other side.
He's staring down 6 damage a turn now. Nope, and there he scoops it up. Yeah.
So you need to have runner, because he had no castable enchantments, no Sarah Sanctum.
And that is one of the fragilities of this deck, I would say.
Yeah, Journey Nowheres. Oh, he's Chancellors. That's a moat.
No. Yeah, Chancellors. Oh man, yeah, moat.
Because the reason the moat is fine, but it means you can't kill with your ley lines. It means you have to kill with Helm.
And then the Journeys and the Chancellor, yeah.
I think a Chancellor is definitely a lot better on the play. Because it means you can functionally go off uncontested against a Blue-Red Delver deck.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's Grixis.
Yeah, there might be. There's Grixis. I see a Liliana there.
And there's also an Underground Sea that was fetched. So it's Grixis. Just URB. Go 2008 and it's a URB.
Bird Delver.
Bird Delver. Oh, yes. I like Rub Delver.
Yeah.
What's going on in the chat?
Not a whole lot right now. Just talking about the other kill
Oh,
options that
Yeah,
Leyline
let's talk
has?
about Leyline Singularity. Leyline Singularity blows you out.
Yeah.
A lot of time because it means you have to sacrifice redundant ley lines,
hmm
which is bad. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, the odds of you getting getting 4 of different ley lines is real low. So Singularity
Yeah.
is more bad than good. Keep in mind, this is a deck that its win percentage goes down precipitously after
Yeah.
turn 2.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're not winning on turn 2,
Yeah.
you're not gonna win with the
Yeah.
Leyline deck.
I said one comment from Chad about Petrified Field. The
Mm,
reason the Leylands doesn't play that card is because they only need to tap Sanctum once. So trying to
Yeah.
cast Sanctum, put Opalescence into play, and they don't have to do it again. And so, unlike something like Vintage Dredge, which you can mill Bazaar, so they're doing that, the only way Sanctum gets in the graveyard is either Legend Rule or Wasteland. And if you're hedging against a random land only against Wasteland, especially when you're playing if you're playing a bunch, trying to play Rest in Peace as well, does not quite work. It's Petrified Field. It is a rare land from Odyssey, and it has Sacrifice, return a land card from your graveyard to your hand.
That's what it is. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, and with running.
Commonly seen in Vintage Dredge.
Yeah. Not. I see why it would be a potentially useful card, but the deck is running Rip, which means you wouldn't be able to get your Petrified Field back that
Looks
way.
like City of Brass are in the sideboard.
Ooh.
Chalices, cast outs,
Oh.
and defense grids.
Yeah.
French
Cast out I
grids
can
are-
see being really good because it's got flash.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Also relevant type as enchantment while also cycling. I think that's a lot of big cards. If it's bad, you can just pay 1 white, cycle it away.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. I played a one of cast out in when I was playing Nyx Fit, the enchantment Nyx Fit
It's a
deck.
good one to find.
It was a very good option. Either fetching it to just O-ring something or being able to hardcast it with flash for 4.
Yeah.
Got to bring it in once off of an opponent's show and tell.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Just
good
be
one.
like, and let's take that Emrakul out of there.
Yes.
Or no, it was a Gristlebrand. Yeah, let's get rid of that Gristlebrand.
Okay, let's see what's going on. But yeah, so if Nick is on black, that means there's probably some number of discard spells,
That's true.
which means Leyline is, the problem is they're off because there's 4 copies of Leyline of Sanctity for a lot of the time. Greg, looking at 7 cards. Let's see what he likes.
That's a
That's a Serum Powder.
Ooh, I think I see a Sarah.
Oh no,
yeah,
that's key. That's key. Oh,
That's a land.
That's perfect.
Yeah, perfect hand.
I mean, he can. I mean, that's okay. So he only has 3 ley lines, but I mean, he can cast Suppression Field in turn 1.
Yeah.
Because he has.
And then turn. Yeah, he's got it.
He has Sanctity, Punishment, and Vitality.
Mm-hmm.
He can either on turn 1 play the Sanctum, cast Serum Powder, or play the Sanctum, cast Suppression Field.
Nick is sitting on a Force of Will in hand.
He's gonna have to fire it off in the Suppression Field.
Probably. That's going to be the right choice because that keeps Greg off of 4 mana.
Yeah. Well, so I think he has to fire off Suppression Field. Because he doesn't counter Suppression Field. He doesn't cast spells.
Yeah.
Because these decks usually play 6 lands at tap for blue, 8 fetch lands.
Yep.
Mana floating. I'm gonna play through days. Suppression Field, for those who are unaware, is a 1 and a white for an enchantment that says activated abilities cost 2 more to activate.
Apparently, I can't spell Suppression Field correctly.
SUPPRESSIONFIELD. There we go. Activated abilities cost 2 more to play unless they're mana abilities.
Can you get Will to update the name of the stream and also get chat on the screen, please?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of people playing some.
There is an Oops All Spells player in the room, too.
Oh, of course. Of course you play Oops with the new mulligan. And get chat on stream.
Yeah. Excuse me, Judge. Okay, our judge... Someone's playing Cephalid Breakfast, and our judge has it written as Cephalid Surprise. Excuse me, Cephalid Breakfast.
Yeah.
Cephalid Breakfast, not Cephalid Surprise. This isn't a surprise build.
Either way.
Surprised when I saw that.
Yeah.
Being surprised when you see cephalids is reasonable.
Yeah, ley lines. There's some fair stuff. Someone just says humility. There's one deck that just says humility.
Yeah, there's a humility deck.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, so Greg.
Suppression Field resolves.
Yeah, Suppression Field resolved.
That is I mean, he did
Nick
keep
had a
the
land.
one volcanic on, but
So
Let's
now
do it.
comes the question of what Greg tries to do to bait out a counterspell here. He's got the option of hardcasting
Serum Powder.
Yeah, the Serum Powder, which can help him play around future dazes and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I'm pretty sure that's the play.
Helps ramp him towards Chancellor.
Yeah, well, also, Greg is not scared of discards. He doesn't
Mhm.
have much worry about keeping cards in his hand. And he can also assume that his opponent is not going to be cold.
Yeah.
His opponent kept something.
Exactly.
And also, he's actually quite insulated against a Wasteland too, because Wasteland cannot be activated under a suppression field.
Mm-hmm.
And so Greg he actually has time.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to make sure, give himself the best opportunity to win.
Yeah, he's got just a bit of time here still.
Opponent, no threat, needs to have a second land. Oh, yeah. Can't quite see what's going on. I think Serum Powder resolved.
Yeah, he's got to resolve Serum Powder, and now he's just got to figure out. Looks like a Ponder coming in from Nick.
Yes. Ponder, come back. I think he's got either found second Force of Will, or needs to find a land that taps for mana.
Yeah, he needs a second land that isn't a fetch, and he needs some sort of way to get rid of that Serra Sanctum. Because right now, it's just a matter of time until Greg is able to cast that Opalescence and start going. We're doing 4 rounds, not 3 rounds.
Yeah, 4 rounds. Okay, other decks in the room. We have Izzet Delver, Cephalid Breakfast, Infect, more Izzet Delver, a Turbo Depths, Steel Stompy, Post, we got a Lands deck, D&T, Blackwood Reanimator, Izzet Delver.
Ooh, Greg's going for it.
And one is 3 question marks and an asterisk.
Excellent. We'll try to get that on stream at some point.
Omni Show, D&T again, Humility. Just as Humility.
Mm-hmm. There's the Force. Nick playing the right line there of holding Force for Opalescence. That is the key right now to staying alive.
Greg is not dead.
Correct.
So I think Nick has to just to play fetch land, use Wasteland, tap it for mana to activate that fetch land, and Greg needs to draw another Opalescence.
Yeah, I think what Greg needs to do is next turn.
That's a Rest in Peace.
Yeah, this turn either drop.
We can actually cast Rest in Peace, Leyline of Sanctity.
No, he's 1 short.
Oh, never.
He's got 5 mana, so he can cast 1 this turn. Chancellor costs 7.
7. Yes. Yeah. It's 4 white.
Yeah. So he's short 1 from the double enchantment cast, but he's got the Rest in Peace. Ooh. But Nick is also sitting on enough mana to be able to actually fetch here.
Yeah, so he's gonna basically fetch, and then he's gonna play 2 mana, activate the Wasteland. You also have goblins in the room too.
Excellent.
Okay.
Oh,
Something about Bomat, Tunnel Ingus, Molten Vortex. So it's some sort of prison deck. Not quite sure. We're doing a Bomat Courier. Bomat Courier?
Bomat Courier, so it's like a red prison-y deck.
Yeah, they probably has some favorable interaction with Exile.
Interesting. That'd be good to see.
Tunnel Ingus. What does Tunnel Ingus do? Let's bring that one
Tunnel
up.
Ingot is the evoke to blow up artifacts, right?
No, that's
Ingot Chewer.
Ingot Chewer. Tunnel Ingus. Ingus is a cycle of cards from my future site that had it was a creature. You can pay some number of mana and bounce it to your hand for an effect. So Grinning Ingus is the most common one. It's V-Sucks. You can pay a red and bounce it for 3. INGUS. Let's see. See if this pulls up anything. No.
Let's figure out how I'm spelling things wrong. Young Pyromancer down from Nick. Starting to finally put some pressure on Greg here.
Greg's drawing ley lines.
He really just needs to rip another Serra Sanctum, and I think he can get back into this game quite easily.
Yeah. He's also short in Opalescence.
That's true.
That's a second Force.
Short the Opalescence, but he could, in a couple turns, get out the Chancellor.
I think this game is over. That is second Force of Will.
Oof. Yeah.
And Spell Pierce.
Yep. Yeah, the Leyline deck is missing 2 critical things before it could be a Tier 1 competitive deck in Legacy. Thing number 1 is a way to fight through counter magic. And thing number 2 is a way to consistently get Serra Sanctum.
Oh, yes.
If there are ever printed answers to those 2 things, I think we'll see the Leyline deck being a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, Okay. Ankh of
Ankh of
Mishra.
Mishra,
Okay. So
Harsh Mentor, and what was the other card?
Winter Orb.
Winter Orb.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably I don't know, it's probably a prison build. Maybe it's a Mog Catcher control.
Oh, it could be.
So that's just that.
Yeah, I guess with the Leyline deck, you could splash green for Veil of Autumn.
Well, you don't really need splash greens. You're playing 5 color lands anyway.
That's true.
So
but
crop
being
rot, I think yeah. So I have seen some builds playing crop rot and also
Mhm.
playing a Light Tutor.
yeah. I goldfished a version that had Enlightened Tutor. Found out it wasn't incredibly that good, mostly because by the time you were casting Enlightened Tutor, the deck was so slow. In telegraphed too hard, you would run
Yes.
into hate or counter magic or destruction of some sort.
Yeah. Well, Greg's looking at 4 enchantments of different colors.
Oof.
You have a late entry. Li Hung Nguyen is here.
Oh.
He's playing 5 color Eldrazi.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think he's told me earlier today he was jamming Sire of Stagnation in his deck.
Makes sense.
That's a good one. Let's go into 5 color. Yep, 5 color. Well, not really 5 color. It's like mono devoid.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing like a bunch of random stuff. But it's like 5 color devoid with like Concordant Crossroads. Not
Mhm.
Concordant Crossroads. It's something Crossroads. It's like a land from Oath of the Gatewatch. That's like a rainbow land for Eldrazi.
Oh yeah, that one.
But it also
Yeah.
taps for colorless too, which is great. That's probably something like Cavern of Souls to really fix the
Yeah.
mana. Top end at Sire of Stagnation. And yeah,
Hopefully we'll see that
Spicy.
on stream a little later. But yeah.
maybe bring an Eldrazi Obligator back.
Yep. Here
To
comes the
7?
swing from Nick. Huge amount of damage coming through.
Oh, it's Sarah Powder. Nope.
And there it is. Greg scooping it up there. Was not quite able to ley line him out to dry, but
Yes.
got quite close.
I mean, hey, you got
He stole one game
He
real
stole a
quick off
game.
the beginning. That was great.
yes.
Yeah, turns out Force of Will is a good card. Days also would have been a very good card for most of those matches.
Oh yeah.
Lots of great options there.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I get Cephalid Breakfast on.
Yeah, let's
I'm-
see if we can get back. See what we can get as a backup match.
Yeah, Cephalid Breakfast is at table 9.
Yeah.
He's playing at Steel Stompy, so I have it maybe
Ooh,
fast.
that'd
maybe
be
not.
fun.
Okay, be back in a sec.
Sounds good. I'll talk more about how apparently London is falling, is the joke we're supposed to be making right now. All sorts of degenerate decks, but also like a fair number of Delver decks, which surprises me more than anything else. We've got 4 people on Is It Delver tonight, so we may see a bit more in that realm. Like we mentioned earlier, of course, some Omni Show, some weird unknown, mostly red deck that we can't quite figure out that has some sort of prison pieces, and Bomat Courier, and Winter Orb. So we'll see about that a little later. We've got Reanimator, some Posts, some Steel Stompy, Turbo Depths. Ooh, someone, of course, on Infect, which I think is definitely bolstered by the London Mulligan change. Gabos, someone on Oops All Spells. Another Patrick on Oops All Spells, actually. He 5-0'd didn't 5-0. Ooh, did we get him?
We got the 5 color Eldrazi
Ah, nice. Okay.
versus Grixis Control.
Excellent.
That is Li Hung Nguyen on the on our left and Christopher Wessel on our right. Oops, I have caps lock on. I can't type. Okay, he's on Grix Dirtles. And this is on
5 color.
This is 5 color noodles.
5 color noodles. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, hey, it was good. That was very
Noodles,
good.
Yep. I don't know what the state of the match is. I should probably have asked, but I
We'll be
can't
able
ask.
to see based on who goes first.
Yeah, who's on
because they're
playthrough.
going to game 2.
I'm pretty sure this is game 2.
Okay.
Maybe game 3. I think it's actually game 2 because they were sideboarding as
Perfect.
it went over.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, there goes our Oops player.
Oops.
Interesting.
Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We even got the right sides.
Yes. Chris blatantly just breaking the rules right here. Looks like he's on Facebook Messenger, typing in. I think he's probably typing in our chat right now.
Yep.
Yep. Noodle Boys.
Yeah.
It's like Noodle Tribal. I like it. Oh wait, we didn't even have a life counter. That's good.
Yeah. We didn't need one last game, really.
Okay, Lee, Odd Flex showing up with a Fugitive Wizard playmat.
Oh, yeah, of course. He always does.
Yes, Fugitive Wizard. It's hilarious. It's just like 1/1 vanilla creature with creature type wizard. Yep. Yep. 10th edition. I think that's art. No.
Oh. That's a Fugitive Wizard.
Yeah, that's Fugitive Wizard. I think that's the 10th edition art. Is the one on Lee's playmat. And Chris, still mourning the loss of Deathrite Shaman. Looks like.
Of course. It'll be a while before people are truly over the death.
There are some W6 piles in the room tonight.
No, Fugitive Wizard from 10th is a different art.
Let's see. There's one here somewhere.
Yeah, there's a couple Loam decks that are probably running Ren and 6. There's a couple Depths decks that I'm betting might be splashing for him a little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Just finishing up the sideboard.
It's fan art from Fugitive Wizard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this isn't 5-color Noodle Boys necessarily. I think this is just Eldrazi Post. That's what Lee's been jamming for quite a while.
I was like, our Gyro Spotter. Like, he is... okay. Yeah, that's a Morphon the Boundless.
Okay, that's fair.
Morphon, for people who are unfamiliar, it is a legendary 7/7 changeling from Modern Horizons, and when it enters, you name a creature type. Creatures you control of that type cost Wooburg less to cast, and then they get +1/+1 too. Yeah, Morphon. I think it's Morophon. Morophon the Boundless. There we go.
There's an O in there.
6/6. As ended by 2 creature type. Spells the chosen type you cast cost Wooburg less to cast. Other creatures you control get +1/+1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect answer to anyone who's like, hey, I need a 5-color commander for such and such type. Fantastic choice.
I mean, there's some very spicy meme decks, mainly on Caleb Durward's stream, just trying to reanimate Morophon and then cast all the 5-color slivers for free.
Yeah, it's real good.
And
especially you start with the Cascade Sliver, because the Cascade Sliver, you'll actually be able to cascade into more slivers.
Yeah, so the first one cascades. Every time you cast another one, it goes cascade to cascade to cascade to cascade until you hit a 0 drop.
Yep.
So you put like an Ancestral Vision in your deck, you're guaranteed to cast it. Also, the way it works with the Restore Balance is all the creatures resolve after your Restore Balance resolves.
So you get to Restore Balance and then stick a whole bunch of creatures. Only problem is you may end up getting rid of your own first sliver.
Yes. And also, if you cast your first sliver with Cascade, it's double Cascade. With the first sliver on the stack, first sliver in play, double Cascade. Oh,
I don't think first sliver itself has Cascade. I think it does.
It gives all other sliver spells Cascade, and itself has Cascade. It's like Eldrazi Displacer entering the fray here on turn 2.
Oh, it does have Cascade itself. Yep, you're right.
Okay, this is Chris just doing the big turtles, just casting a 1/1 for 1.
Yeah.
That's an it looks like he's got 2 more birdies and an Angrath Rampage in hand.
Ooh, Rampage could be really good in this matchup.
That is a Scavenger Ground.
Yeah, to
Nukes Graveyards.
Yeah, I guess that's
4 mana, uncounterable. Boop. That's pretty good.
Not.
I am pretty sure this just takes another birdie.
Yeah, the reason why they couldn't stick with the all slivers have wording is all slivers have only affects permanents in play. You need sliver spells on the stack to have Cascade.
Yes.
Added benefit is it does give any changeling spells that you have that are tribal also have Cascade.
Oh, yes. Also, it couldn't have just the sliver spells text on it, because if it says sliver spells have Cascade on a card, it will not actually have that effect until it's in play. So the card itself needs to have Cascade, while also having the 2 lines of text.
Lee's sitting on an All Is Dust in hand, so taking the Angrath's Rampage makes a lot of sense here.
That makes sense. I did not quite see the All Is Dust. Yeah, it looks like All Is Dust, Reality Smasher, and Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, taking the Rampage.
Take the Rampage with all his dust makes the
Pretty sure
most sense.
Chris jamming more birdies. Some burbs. It's another Displacer.
He's one short of dusting.
Yes. I think he just plays a smash. You can play a Smasher here if you really so want. Yeah. And they also, yeah, he has assembled the combo of Fountain on Seer plus Eldrazi Displacer, so he can just draw a step, keep functionally clicking Chris's hand and just let him draw a card, take a card out of it, let him draw a card, take a card out of it, make sure there's no counter spells until he just slams Dustbuster.
Yeah, that's an option. If I was in Lee's seat right now, I would definitely wait to see the third burb come down before wanting to dust anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot of pressure for him to do anything about these Strixes right now.
Yeah, well here just passing makes sense because I'm pretty sure Chris is going to lead on Brainstorm and then play a second Burb.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can check his hand with Thought Knot, try to clear the way of Force Wall, check it again. Because you got two activations. Somewhat life intensive, but he's really not under much pressure. And he never really is. So is this on draw step or not quite sure?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Yeah, Chris will draw a card from Thought Knot entering. The trigger immediately goes back on the stack because it leaves and re-enters in one go.
Mm-hmm.
So the trigger's on the stack. Chris probably gonna Brainstorm here, try to hide something. Oh, with the Thought Knot trigger on the stack.
Yep, going for the Brainstorm. If he didn't Brainstorm right there, Brainstorm would have been the card I would have taken with Thought Knot.
Yes.
It's
It's like 5 lands. That's not exactly what you want.
Yeah. 5 lands, Strix, and Brainstorm.
So I'm pretty sure he's tucking the Brainstorm and showing 5 lands.
Land.
6 lands.
7 lands.
7 lands. I can't count.
It's okay, I can't either.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this hand's not very good.
Yeah.
Brainstorm's pretty good.
Yeah, Brainstorm is a solid card. Oh, so he flickered on his turn.
Yeah, just trying to clear the way.
Going for the second Displacer.
Nice.
I think, yeah, I like flickering on in main step.
Yep, do this right now. Bird. I don't
Liliana's Triumph?
Liliana Triumph to Force the Will. So now I would hold this. Try to hold this Strix in hand, keep Force the Will alive. Because there's a Cavern in play, so Chris may just play right into this Dustbuster because Force Will doesn't really do much when your opponent's sitting on Cavern unless they have all his dust.
Yeah, exactly.
Liliana's Triumph also not the greatest.
Not at least not right now. It is. I would say it's quite good in this
Yes.
matchup, but with Lee going so wide so quick and having the Displacers out already,
Yeah.
makes it significantly worse.
And also having redundancy.
Yeah.
So depending on how scared Chris is of an actual force willable spell, he's either going to play the bird and then maybe opened up to just getting dust busted.
Actually, no. The Displacer won't protect against Triumph.
No, it doesn't. But he has redundancy. So if he sacks one, he saw the second one. Burb.
Going to play third Burb.
Let's see if he drew a blue card.
Yes.
Looks like second force.
Either second force or that might be a spell pierce down there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lee's going to probably play this somewhat slowly. Probably lead off on Reality Smasher right here. Probably. Oh,
Nope, going straight for it.
He took 4. He's at 8. So Chris may just turn the corner, kill one of the Displacers and just turn the corner. Oh, that's Force of Negation.
Yeah.
Yep, put that in exile. Yep.
Because Cavern of Souls does say. Oh no, Cavern of Souls you have to spell. Yeah, has to be creature spell.
Yep. But yeah, all of us is one of the is a tribal spell. It is tribal Eldrazi. See,
interesting. Trading the board here for the birds.
I think that's a little aggressive.
Yeah, I don't.
I think
when you're at 8 though, that puts you
he's
3 turns out from the air.
He's kind of you get priced into it.
Yeah.
But he is trading 10 power for 3.
Yeah.
Chris with a third Brainstorm, which is actually the pretty good top decks when you're showing your opponent a hand of 7 lands.
Yeah, exactly. That might be the other reason why Lee wanted to just get in.
Is that Endling?
It might be. It's either Endling or Dismember.
Yeah, F&M Promo December. No, that's an Endling.
Oh wow, yeah.
That has a stamp on it. I think an Endling may be entering the fray here.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty good against an opponent on 8 life.
Yeah.
Him.
Ooh. Him. Target yourself? No.
That was like Smasher.
Oh.
Okay.
That feels rough.
Well, it looks like Smasher. Smasher is Lee's ideal play here. So losing
Mhm.
2 of them means being 1 left in the deck is not where he wants to be. I would
Yeah.
just fire off this Wasteland.
Yeah, waste a thing. You've still got another one in reserve.
I'm not so sure about Endling in this format, but nuke the Graveyard.
Yep.
I think probably keep Chris off big fishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Graveyard to anyone who plays Modern.
Mhm.
Graveyard order is important. If you shuffle your Graveyard, we will call a judge on you just to teach you the correct way to play Legacy.
Yep. Wow, there's the 4th bird.
Bird number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Graveyard Order does matter due to a handful of really old Legacy cards, mostly currently played by Dredge.
Yes. So yeah, if you,
Volt, Force of Negation.
yeah.
and-
Also, it's mainly Dredge and Tin Fins.
Oh, yeah, Tin Fins too. Yeah. There's a bunch of old reanimation cards mostly that deal with the top card of your
And also,
yard.
Spinning Darkness too is
Oh, yeah.
that one usually seen out of Pox decks like Mono Black Control. Also cares about your graveyard.
Lee staring down a deadly in 8 turns bird with the Bolton turn, or Bolton
Yes.
hand. That makes it a 4-turn bird.
Yeah. Craig, looks like Chris is holding the fairly dead Force of Negation, but I think it's only good against Dustbuster. I'm pretty sure he just fires off the bolt here in response, because that's the best card in his hand, and he can, if he lands that, he can probably race this. Oh, it's Leona's trying for that on the stack.
Yep.
I think if I would
With the ability on the
build
stack.
the stack, so he gets to draw a card, get some more information, see what's up. Letting
then
resolve.
gets exiled. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Take the bolt.
I would have fired that off. I mean, I guess maybe it's
Toxic
being end step
Deluge in
call.
there?
I think maybe it's being end step. Oh, it's a deluge.
And a K command.
I would have just fired off the K command end step, shocked my opponent, got a bird back, put some more
No,
pressure.
because everything got exiled.
Oh, everything
Full
got.
yard
Oh
got
yeah,
exiled,
the birds
yeah.
are gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
instant speed discard on the draw.
It's an unclaimed territory.
Yep.
Looks like it's probably shock you and make you discard.
Yep.
Get him dead.
Yeah, turns out, yep, there's the shock. Yeah, draw step discard magic is very good.
Especially against
Wasting your land.
the solely sorcery speed deck.
Mm-hmm.
Diddle.
3 turns to go. Oof.
What do you think
Not
is
sure.
maybe?
Yeah, not sure. If I was Lee, I might actually hold the extra land in hand.
Insulate yourself since against Snapcaster Mage?
A little bit. Also just bluffing.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's
Yes.
the other K command.
This is lethal.
Yeah.
In response, tap 3 mana.
Lee scooping it up there to Chris on some Grixis dirtliness.
Noodle
We are
boys.
not at end of round, by the way. We are at 8 minutes. Our
Yeah,
timer thing is not set
I'm
up.
pretty sure that game ended as soon as Lee tried to aggressively slam the All's Dust when he could have certainly taken it slower, but a little more mana intensive, but probably would have gotten there. He took the Eldrazi Displacer plan.
Mm-hmm.
No, Eldrazi Displacer on Thought on Seer. Make sure that the coast is clear before forcing through your All's Dust.
That's a fair point. That would have been a better way. Yeah, he could have gotten the information he needed to be able to get through with that. Yeah. I definitely didn't see that line. I would have thought the alternative line would have just been drop some smash. Excuse me, drop some smashers, start smashing.
Oh yeah, just trade him away. But you trade him away, but then your opponent takes 4.
Mm-hmm. And especially with 2 smashers in hand.
Oh yeah, trying to hold him in hand is usually risky against the 4 copies of him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would have tried to just leverage the Displacer Thought on Seer, because it's like you can basically keep all of your opponent's scary cards out of their hand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they do get to draw. They'll still be drawing some, so they do get to see a lot more of their deck.
Oh yeah.
Which can be problematic, but getting to also force them to permanently exile 1 card out of all those extra cards is very worth it.
I mean, yeah. Let's say if you leave your opponent on end step with a hand of like Ponders and Lightning Bolts, and then you're just like, oh, here's an All His Dust, attack you for 10.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be in a good spot. So you can control what's in their hand. You can just make sure their hand is not relevant to what you're trying to do.
Yeah. That said, Chris took out Thoughtseize and Narsets. Narsets going out makes the most sense.
I think Thoughtseize is a decent keep. Not really as good on the draw against Chalice of the Void. It's usually fine because Eldrazi deck is somewhat slow, and a lot of the impact cards will come down to turn 2 or 3. And it's very good if you tag them with a Thoughtseize.
Yeah. Well, all right. We do have only about 7 minutes left before the end of this round, so we will throw it on back to the
Oh, yes.
casting booth.
So in the meantime, if there's any decks people want to see, put them up in chat.
Again, for those of you just joining us, this is Mox Boarding House, Card Kingdom's brick and mortar store in Ballard, which is a neighborhood of Seattle, Washington. We're coming at you with 3 more rounds of Legacy action tonight. That was just round 1. We got to watch
Yes.
Leylines versus Grixis Delver, and then some Grixis Dirtliness versus 5-color Noodle Boys.
Noodle Boys. Yep.
We do have a whole lot of people here tonight trying to break the London Mulligan. We'll try to get. I personally love jank decks. If you know me, you know I love jank. So I'll always be pushing for that. But we do have a lot of people here tonight playing some spicy brews, trying to push London Mulligan to its limit.
Okay.
So, for example, we've got an Oops All Spell player.
Yep.
We've got someone on Cephalid Breakfast. Both great decks that I hope we can show a little later.
Oh, yes.
We've got sort of the traditional legacy combo decks of Sneak and Show and Reanimator and Turbo Depths.
Yep.
A couple options of those. A surprising number of people playing
Okay.
Is It Delver.
Okay, we have an update of what the Humility deck is.
Oh, yes.
The Humility deck is Gideon of the Trials plus Final Fortune.
It's the Gideon deck.
Which one?
Yeah, oh, okay, so Final Fortune with Gideon.
for Connor, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, so you get to Final Fortune, so you can keep taking extra turns and not lose.
And not lose. Yep.
I'm betting it's Humility Gideon Tribal.
And Moat.
Oh, also
Because
Moat.
Humility Moats hard lock things can't attack.
Yep. And then you just eventually let them deck or Gideon them to death.
Yeah, or a lot of people do that with Curse Scroll.
Oh, yeah.
Curse Scroll you.
Yeah, Curse Scroll over and over, you'll get them eventually.
Oh, yeah. Or yeah, because, I mean, just this time you can have any sort of just dirty win condition.
Last round, actually, speaking of someone brought up in chat, the Oops player, he actually went a little bit later. We didn't see him leaving the area for a while. He was up against Miracles. Miracles versus Oops was what we missed round 1.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite sure who came out on top there, but we'll see once we get the results from this round.
Yeah, I say, Oops does not really have a great Miracles matchup. I think it's fine if we go on the play. Oh, but the Oops sideboard plan from last time I saw Oops in like 2016, the sideboard plan was 4 copies of Lions of Diamond, 4 copies of Goblin Charbelcher, 4 copies of it was Autumn's Veil, but now it's probably Veil of Summer.
Yep.
2 copies of Xanthus Worm, and 1 copy of Grim Monolith.
Yep, that sounds right.
That was it. Yeah, just like
the budget Oops All Spell sideboard option is 15 islands, and you just aggressively jam them in as soon as you start sideboarding, and then piece them through and take them all back out.
Oh yeah.
Maximum intimidation flex.
Yes. That deck usually not the best against Force of Will unless you happen to naturally draw one of your Cabal therapies game 1.
Yeah, you need the early Cabal therapy for the protection there. Otherwise, Force of Will is your number 1 enemy.
Oh, and that's what the Oops All Spell decks. A lot of opponents don't know what's going on. So when you cast your Balustrade Spy, people don't know what's going on. They just die.
Exactly.
'Cause you get to Cabal therapy from them at least 4 times. So once your Balustrade Spy is in play and the trigger is resolved, Force of Will no longer matters. That's the same thing with Cephalid Breakfast too. So that deck plays a bunch of Cavernous Souls because once your 2 creatures in play, Cavernous Souls are no longer relevant.
It doesn't take a whole lot to fight past counter magic.
Yes.
You just need something.
Yes.
Which is why Oops All Spells runs as much as it can, which turns out when you're not really running any lands, it's not that much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's sadly no Neo Brand or Neo Form combo in the meta right now.
At least not here. I haven't seen it around here yet.
I mean, that one's a lot better than Modern when they only have one free spell to worry about. Like I say, everyone's playing one-man interaction. Everyone's, like, a lot of people play Force of Will, Daze, and that is all pretty strong against us trying to go all in on a Neo Form.
Yeah. I did see a very interesting inkling of a deck that I kind of want to try to build, which is Mono White Tron. So, it uses Flagstones of Trocaire and Amulet of Vigor and Lotus Field.
Oh, Jesus.
So turn 1, you drop a land and get out of the amulet. Turn 2, you play Lotus Field. It'll untap because of the amulet with the trigger to sack lands on the stack. You tap for 4. They go away. You cast Brought Back. Bring back the 2 lands. Again with them on the stack. Tap for 4 more. You're at 6. You've also grabbed two other planes from your deck at this point, so you've got a total of 8 mana available. Ugin.
It's beautiful.
You can Tron faster, though you take like 5 cards instead of the 4 that Tron needs. I don't know. You could definitely build a deck around that is very mono white prisony. Play some Chalice stuff. Yeah.
That's beautiful. The combo of Brought Back and Amulet of Vigors, that's a pretty good one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because there are people who like just like, oh, Brought Back's so good. He's go turn 2, fetch, get back 2 tap fetch lands. I'm like, that seems fine. And like that seems a lot better.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that one too. Just
Yeah.
all this stupid stuff.
Lotus Field with Brought Back is where the spice is at.
I don't think Lotus Field was a sensible print at all.
Uh,
Also, giving it hexproof.
yeah.
Not stipulating the lands had to be tapped, while also having Amulet of Vigor be one of okay, let's see. Being a strong deck in the modern format is not a great idea.
Mm-hmm. All right.
No!
Did Cephalid Breakfast didn't make it?
We should put on anyway.
Yeah. Oh, is he up against who's on Breakfast?
Connor.
Okay.
He's on against Infect. Let's do it. I want to see that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some Cephalid Breakfast up on here.
Versus table 12. The Cephalid Breakfast versus Infect.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Oh, it looks like our Oops All Spells player lost.
Yeah, it looks like he also lost as well. That is a bit of a bummer.
That sucks. Okay, Painter. Painter. I think Painter lost. Can we get table
12?
please?
Yes. We're going deep for spice. The spice must flow.
Oh yes. Whatever. Well, this is what we cast because if the deck we want to see loses, we can put on anyway.
Yeah, at least for now. We'll go back to some of the more winning decks right after this. But let's throw it down to the match area while they get set up.
Combo mirror.
This is Combo Mirror,
Yeah.
Infect, v Cephalid Breakfast.
So yeah, people who are unfamiliar with the Cephalid Breakfast deck, it is a combo deck. What you're trying to do is you're trying to use Cephalid Illusionist. I think it's wrong side. Cephalic's over here.
Yep.
So they're trying to use Cephalid Illusionist and something like Nomad's Encore or Shuko to mill your entire library. Oh yes, Team Cameron. There is a Goblins player in the room. We can certainly get them on camera.
Yeah.
I think it's Chris Williams.
Yeah. Can we check and see how our Gobbo boy is doing?
Is Chris Williams? He's not on that one. He won.
Excellent.
He is playing Post. Okay. Honestly, that's at this point, that's a free win for Goblins. Goblins is very strong against the Post right now, playing 4 ports, 4 wastelands, Trash Masters, and Goblin Settler, just blowing up all the lands. I'm also not really caring about Chalice of the Void. This is I think it's Sean Deignan, Deignan. Yeah, Sean.
Oh, that's right. All right.
Okay. I am not sure how many settlers Chris is on. A lot of them have moved away from, I think, playing multiple settlers and have been playing 4 copies of Crater Maker.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
Crater Maker also very good against the monocolorless deck, as it is a 2 and a red for a Vindicate. Or non-land Vindicate.
Just gonna get the Illusionist up here real
So
quick.
Cephalid Illusionist.
The linchpin of Cephalid Breakfast, where it gets its name from.
So that card was originally printed to have the Cephalids all had that drawback in the Torment block. That's supposed to be a drawback.
Yeah.
But actually, if you play something that's like 0 mana, target it, you can just mill your entire library out.
Yeah.
Mill your entire library, put in some Narcomoebas into play. Use Narcomoebas to cast Dread Return. Dread Return your Mimeoplasm.
Yep.
Mimeoplasm exiles. It's Lord of Extinction and Murderous Redcap.
Yes.
So enters the battlefield. It's a copy of Murderous Redcap with 1/1 counters. equal to the power of Lord of Extinction. So you'll end up with about a 45-45 Murderous Red Cap that deals 45 to your opponent's head,
Yep.
and then they die.
Yeah, so that's Cephalid Breakfast in a nutshell.
It can kill on turn 2.
Yep. It's got a couple other routes as well, like most decks that have some sort of way of flipping the yard and dread returning, but that is the best option.
That is the one that this build is on.
Mhm.
And it says my copy of the deck that I'm playing with Packing Peanuts
Oh, packing peanuts for tokens.
for counters. Okay, this is a joke because before we were like testing this deck, we were just like joking around. We didn't have dice, and I had ordered a bunch of cards. So I was like, I'm just gonna put Packing Peanuts as counters.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, the best part of this deck is I play Stoneforge Mystic because Stoneforge Mystic can find Shuko.
Yep.
Which is it basically it's the equipment that equips for 0. It's just true. Nice.
Yep.
And that is a Cephalid. Oh, he left this. It's a turn 3 kill. He's got Cephalillusionist and Shuko. So he can sneak in and he should just cast Brainstorm.
Yep.
I would just cast Shuko here because everyone's like, what the hell is this? And then he has a Cavernous Souls, have an uncounterable Illusionist. And once Illusionist in play, the opponent just dies.
Mhm.
Because no matter how many Force Spells you have, it doesn't care about how many Cabal Therapies.
So Angel of All Glories Rise is one of the other win conditions. You'll see it more in Oops.
Angel of Glory Rise, that's... so it takes 3 cards. That one is vulnerable to Lightning Bolt.
Yeah.
Because you can... Not quite. Next card. So that was a zombie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's the right choice.
Yeah.
Try to name
fine.
Force.
Well, no, he can kill him. He's killing turn 3 anyway because
Yeah.
Shuko's 1 mana.
Yeah.
I think I named Force a Will. We left on Glistening Elf. Okay, if you're doing okay, I think this is a fine lead because Glistening Elf could also just lead a turn 2 kill from your opponent. So I think this was I think the name was actually something like Berserk or Invigorate.
Yeah. Both are pretty good options.
Yeah.
I would have been greedy enough to go for Force. Yeah.
Well, the thing about Sean is Connor's going to put a Shuko on the stack next turn. And if Sean does not counter it, he dies.
Correct. Because the Illusionist costs 2, and he'll have his Vial on 2 by
then.
then.
He also has a Cavern in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the Angel's Glory Rise, Labman, Azami. That happens too.
So yeah, there are other kills that this deck can run. It runs the Mimeoplasm kill, mostly for the fact that it's a fun kill. It is a quick kill, and it takes fewer cards than most of the other ones that are available.
Also, having Murderous Red Cap your deck, you play Black Mana, so you can cast it and kill Athalia.
Yeah, one of the plan Bs of this deck is just sort of becoming a semi-fair Stoneblade deck in Esper colors.
Oh yeah, so the sideboard plan is 3 copies of Trina Nemesis, a copy of Umezawa's Jite, along with another copy of Teferi and Vendilion Click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There goes Infect for 2.
Infect for 2. Sean was on 0 pump spells, so this may be a slower Infect kill. Trying to rely on that Forcible. So Connor, player on Spell Pierce. Yeah, he also has Forcibles of his own. He has 3 copies of his own Forcible in the main, 1 copy in the side.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, he can. Oh, there goes the second Packing Peanut. Good,
Yes.
good.
That's a ponder. I would just player on Spell Pierce, play your Cavernous Souls, cast Shuko.
Yeah, Cavernous Souls into Shuko, or just Shuko.
Just Shuko. I mean, he's basically when you play your land, you play on Spell Pierce. Shuko. This is such an unassuming equipment. Okay, I don't think Sean knows. If he doesn't counter this, he dies.
Yeah. Cephalid Breakfast has not really been a deck for a good 5-10 years.
Let's see. Oh, let's do this.
Let's see if he knows what he's in for. You only fall for letting a Shuko resolve once.
Uh-oh. I mean, that's the thing about this deck is you have to counter the Shuko. So this deck also has some spicy things. It is playing multiple copies of Recruiter the Guard because Recruiter the Guard can find both halves of the combo. We can also find Grand Abolisher.
Yep.
And Stoneforge Mystic. Grand Abolisher. Really good.
Cephalid Breakfast.
Oh, it resolved! This is game over. Sean is dead.
Pretty much, yeah. Because here comes the Cavern down.
This is Cephalid Illusionist.
Yeah.
He has no removal.
His height. Oh no, that's the Illusionist.
His deck is he's going to mill his entire deck.
Yep. And there goes the whole deck into the yard.
So unless Sean's letting him shortcut, since equip a sorcery speed, you have to actually flip and then put your Narcomoebas in one at a time. Because you do this competitive tournament, it's considered missing your trigger if you flip your entire deck. And you put the Narcomoebas into play afterwards.
You have to do it each card at a time.
Yeah, it's sorcery speed. But if it's Nomads and Core, since it's instant speed, you can say, I'm going to mill my old deck. I'm going to put all these triggers on this deck because you can, in response, continue to mill your deck.
Yeah.
Shuko, on the other hand, you have to go sorcery speed one at a time.
Interesting. So he's running actually a 4th Narcomoeba. I've seen lists that only run the 3. I think having the 4th allows you to have the backup Cabal Therapy.
He has a bridge from below too.
Oh, interesting.
So you can sack your Narcomoeba to then make a bridge token.
Yep.
Bridge trigger. Yeah, show him the bridge.
Go find the bridge.
No, show him the bridge. No. Bridge from below. Ah! You have to
force the Cabal?
he has to force this one or he just dies. Show them the bridge from below.
Yep, here he goes, looking for the bridge.
There we go, bridge. There we go.
That's how we do.
Actually, cannot legally put the bridge on top of the graveyard to.
Yeah, because of order mattering.
Order matters.
As we spoke earlier, that was some good foreshadowing.
Yep. So yeah.
So Cabal Therapy probably just names Force of Will here.
Names Brainstorm, shows him Force Ponder. He's gonna cast another one. There are 3 therapies in the deck, 3 therapies in the yard.
Yeah, that works too.
Cast it again. Sack again, another token.
Now you name Force.
I think you name Force of Will. Yep. And this is the kill. So he's gonna cast Dread Return. He's gonna show him. There you go. Murderous Red Cap. Show him Lord of Extinction. And Lord of Extinction. That's the kill.
Let's get a.
Yep. Dead. Just 1. Yeah, Law Reborn.
Yep. So yeah, Lord of Extinction's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in all graveyards.
So
when you mill your deck, that gets quite large.
I think it's a 48-48. It's EOPLASAM.
And Mimeoplasm, for those of you who may need to... Oh, yeah.
Mimeoplasm?
There we go.
Yeah.
It is the Mimeoplasm. Enters the battlefield, you may exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard. From graveyard, so any graveyard.
Yes.
If you do, it enters the battlefield as a copy of one with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the power of the other. So, with that and Murderous Red Cap, yeah, pretty much takes care of it right there.
Because it is a 48-48 Murderous Red Cap, which means when it enters, it will deal 48 damage to a target of your choice.
Yep.
Which is usually your opponent's face.
Yeah. Nice. Cephalid Breakfast is adapting with the times. They are running the new 3-mana Teferi.
Yep.
Lock out any sort of instant speed interaction that way. It's a great way to either bait counter spells or keep them off of them.
While also being an answer to permanents like Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere, Rule of Law effects, fairly good against this deck.
Yeah.
Rest in Peace.
Yeah. Rest in Peace especially is something that this deck probably either needs to answer or just has to hard scoop to.
Yeah.
Similarly, Leyline.
Yeah. So that's why you play the sideboard plan.
Yeah.
So this sideboard is 3 copies of Tune Nemesis, 3 copies of Surgical, 2 copies of Detention Sphere, 1 copy of Umezawa's Jite, an additional copy of Teferi, 1 copy of Vendilion Click, the 4th Stoneforge Mystic, and the 4th Force of Will.
Huh. Okay.
So I think you bring in the True Names. I don't bring in True Name. I'm bringing Jite. Jite is fairly strong against the Infect deck, so you can
you can kill the infected creatures most of the time.
You bring in the Force of Will.
Yep.
You maybe bring in Click as its disruption and also its blocker. And you can also, it's uncounterable because you play 3 copies of Cavern of Souls. It is a wizard. It does share a creature type with Cephalid Illusionist.
Yep.
Yeah, so this deck is not the best on overlap creature types. Cephalid Illusionist is Cephalid Wizard. Vendilion Click's a Fairy Wizard. Recruiter of the Guard's a Human Soldier. Nomads and Core is actually a Core Soldier Nomad. As creature type Nomad. How many lands? There are 18 lands.
Yeah,
but also
it's like
Aether
18.
Vial. There are 18 lands, 4 copies of Aether Vial.
Yep. They've got lots of options for getting stuff into
Also,
play.
main deck Batterskull.
Yeah.
Find it out for Stoneforge and start donking.
Yeah, the deck has plenty of space because it runs such a slim combo for the kill. Has a lot of space for basically a Stoneforge package.
And also, because Stoneforge is also part of the kill, as it just finds Shuko.
Yeah.
And yep, and then you can play Recruiter. Recruiter can find Truna Nemesis conveniently, but also finds both halves of your combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes it's kind of weird because you play your Stoneforge missing. It's like, Stoneforge. So should I actually find the Shuko, try to actually assemble a combo, or should I find an equipment to try to start playing the fair game?
Yeah, with all the sideboard transformation that's available, maybe this should be Cephalid Brunch instead of Cephalid Breakfast.
Oh yeah. Think about it gets Infect. Infect doesn't really interact unless it has counter spells. So maybe a couple copies of Dismember.
Yeah.
Mainly counter spells. So mainly it's probably the basically Stoneblade game plan is going to be fairly okay against Infect. Mainly because GTA is just a house against Infect creatures.
Yeah.
But also, it can also does not work. And now, since the Accelerate deck is fairly good against Forcible, because you're playing Aether Vial, Cavern of Souls, and Cabal Therapies out of the yard. So once you mill your deck, you can kill through any number of Forcibles.
The deck does run in Recruiter of the Guard rather than Imperial Recruiter.
Yes.
Yeah, it's already in white.
Yes. And also, you need to find your Trina Nemesis.
Yeah. So search off of toughness makes it a lot more sensible and versatile in the deck.
Yeah. Also, it does not have. It's not playing red.
Yeah.
It's playing white for Nomads and Core, Stoneforge Mystic, and Teferi.
Nomads in Core is another obscure creature that just has a 0 mana ability that can target a creature.
Yep. It says 0 mana. The next time a damage would be dealt to Nomads and Core is dealt to target creature instead.
So you can just use that as many times as you want.
Hunters and 0 lands.
Ooh.
It's a mulligan. If that was one land, it looks like one land Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba is actually good in this matchup because it can block your Inkmoth Nexuses.
Yeah, that's actually good. So yeah, 1 mana with also the Force though and Vial. Yeah, 1 mana would have definitely made that hand to keep.
Yeah. I think the best thing you can do in this deck is so if they target your Cephalusion with removal, you still have to mill. So if you Brainstorm Response and put your Narcomoebas back on top in response, they just come into play. And then if they target your illusions, you can mill into Cabal Therapies, target your opponent. You can mill into Narcomoebas. So there's like a whole bunch of just random stuff going on with this deck.
Yeah. Surprised the deck doesn't run Snapcaster with how much stuff just ends up in the yard anyway.
I think because it's only going to snap back Brainstorm, Ponder, and Cabal Therapy.
I guess that's fair.
Because a lot of it's creatures. And Aether Vials.
London Mulligan time.
That looks like 1 land, Stoneforge Mystic, Brainstorm.
Double Stoneforge.
Double Stoneforge.
Looks like
one land. Oh, that's Vial. I don't think it's Vial.
That's
a keep. Oh, it's a Vial in the middle.
Okay, yeah, there's the Vial.
So, yeah.
And a Recruiter.
That looks like that's a very strong hand that the Vial resolves.
Not a whole lot of backup options, though.
Pretty sure Connor really hopes this is a Hierarch opposed to a Glistic Elf.
Yeah.
His hand is not... Oh, that's 2 lands. I saw Floodshed in there, too.
Okay, good.
His hand, he does not interact with Infectors, so if this is a turn 1 Noble Heart, he needs at least has until turn 3 to survive.
Yep. Hierarch, good.
Yeah.
Is that a...
That's a Tundra John. But I think he's just going to go land
Wait,
Vial.
does Sean have... Is that a
That's a Shuko.
Tabernacle?
Oh, that's a Shuko. That's not the...
Okay.
That's not the Vial.
Okay. Oh, no, that's a... Okay, yeah. I was about to say, is that a
I don't think there's a Tabby in this deck.
Yeah, why would you run Tabernacle?
The London Mill's bad. I don't agree.
I like it. I think it reduces the number of non-games that exist in competitive Magic, and I think that is overall a good thing.
Yeah, looks like End-Step Brainstorm here. Just trying to put back a land.
I think that there will be a lot of decks that need to adjust.
Land Recruiter.
There will be a lot of decks that need to adjust to having the London Mulligan, and I think there are a lot of decks like Cephalid Breakfast that are seeing a resurgence because of it. I think the changes are subtle enough that we're not going to see any sort of bans needed, at least not in Legacy. And I think the meta game will be able to adjust rather healthily.
I think this is the turn 2 Stoneforge find GT.
Yeah.
Hope for the best.
I mean, you can't really stop the Blighted Agent with it.
No, but you can't kill it with GT. That's probably a turn 4 thing. Sean, I think, is sitting on Pendle Haven in hand. So
that might be the land I was saying there.
Yeah, so that's a 3-turn clock on the face of it. Assuming he draws anything. It's a forcible. That's a fine draw.
Yeah, that is Pendelhaven.
I don't think there's any pump in it. Doesn't look like there's any pump. Maybe. No, that's a pump. Vines? Yeah, Vines with Vastwood.
Oof.
So it looks like Vines, blue card 4. So I can't quite see what the blue card is. Yeah, Vines.
Yeah.
So this is a. I think he's gonna get in for 7.
Yeah, which will be significant because without any other interaction, he's got 3 more on the board next turn.
And that. Oh, that's an invigorate. This is lethal. This is
Yep.
a kicked Vines, and then that is game over. Boop. Boop.
And Vines
boop,
of Vastwood.
Boop. So is
Wham
there,
bam, thank you.
is there a force of will? No.
Nope. No force, and that ties up the match. We've now seen the fastest of both of these decks sort of on their A-game plans.
Oh yeah. Let's see the counter side where he took out Narcopedia, took out Batterskull. That's fine. Took out the basic planes, which is good. Bringing the Nomads back in.
Yep.
Looks like try to go for a little faster kill.
Yeah, I think that would be important in this matchup. Infect is one of the other decks that is just about as fast as Cephalid Breakfast.
I mean, yeah, if you actually if you can draw the Murderous Redcap and cast it, that's actually that's pretty good in this matchup.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, and I was like, draw Murderous Redcap, kill your dude, sack its Mega Ball Therapy, kill your other dude.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You get that is actually very castable because there are is black in the deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is mostly blue-white, but there is a significant black splash to allow that.
Yeah, and also mainly for Cabal Therapy.
And Cabal Therapies, yeah.
But yeah. This is like the most for like when I was on this is the most aggressive cavern I've ever seen because there are 3 caverns.
Mm-hmm.
All the relevant parts do not Stoneforge Mystic and Nomads and Core overlap.
Yeah.
Cephalicious does not overlap.
Yep.
And then Nomads and Core and Recruiter overlap. And Grand Abolisher and Recruiter overlap.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And out of the board, Click
and Cephalicious overlap.
Yeah.
True Name overlaps with nothing. It's a Merfolk Rogue.
But if you think about how the deck functions, you really only need to use the Cavern to cast 1 spell.
1 spell.
That's in most setups, you'll only need the Cavern to cast 1 spell, so it doesn't matter that it doesn't have much overlap.
Yes. And also, in the matchups where True Name is really good,
Mm-hmm.
so saying you're playing against like Blue, White, Delver, and Miracles, having an uncounterable True Name is something behind the only thing you'll actually need to win the game.
Exactly.
Especially when your opponent's not expecting it. Because, like, are they going to bring sweepers against the creature combo deck? No.
Probably not, no.
Because once Cephalicious is in play,
Mm-hmm.
if they sweep it away, they either die with like a chance to get a sweeper, or it doesn't matter. Or they sweep it away and you're like, okay, fine. You killed my 1/1 with your 4-mana spell.
Connor is drawing us a very nice Cephalid Breakfast there.
Oh, God.
Speaking of, if you are interested, Card Kingdom has lots of other streams. One of the ones that they do on occasion is the Card Kingdom Draws stream. Card Kingdom is known for delivering you a custom hand-drawn token of your choosing when you request one on checkout. And sometimes they'll draw them on stream, usually during the day when, there's people working doing that sort of thing. But yeah, next time you make an order, request some sort of silly token.
Oh, yep. This little comment box at the end as you check out. Just say something like, they are subject to who's available at the time.
Exactly.
Sometimes you may not get it, but like if you do get one, you get some sweet stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you get something beautiful. Sometimes you get something silly. I always like to go for silly tokens.
Oh, it's good. This was like, the part's random, so they have a really great fulfillment staff here, and it doesn't always go to the best artist. So you get someone who's trying their best, and those are the best ones.
And you know
Those
that
ones are so funny.
everyone does try their best.
Yes. So yeah, you get someone who's not an artist tries their best. You get something hilarious. That even though the art's not the best, the flavor's usually top quality. The jokes are top quality, and it's still a pretty great token in the end.
Yeah. Plus, it's a fun stream to watch. Watch people who are good draw.
Yeah. Connor Sand looks like Pluto Delta, Underground Sea, Cavernous Souls, Force Will, then Dealing Shuko, Stoneforge Mystic,
Shuko,
Murderous Redcap.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's potentially uncounterable.
Wow.
Looks like a mulligan to 6 from Sean.
Yep.
Some gesturing going on. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Very wide gesturing.
Looks like a judge is entering the fray. Potentially a misresolution of the London Mulligan, where Jean may have looked at 6 cards, not liked him. He probably could have looked at a 7th. So
Or
unfamiliarity.
might have forgotten to board. Oh, no. Probably. We'll see what's going on.
We'll probably get a report from our judge in a sec. Once this is resolved, we'll come over, fill us in what's going on. We can fill you in.
Yeah, shout out Team Cameron. Definitely request a token next time you're checking stuff out on CardKingdom.com. CardKingdom.com, your source for quickly delivered Magic singles. And sealed product if you're in the United States.
Yes. Don't quite know what's going on. I think our judge is on it.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like a sideboarding error.
May have been 59 cards.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't know what's going on here.
I am confused.
Because usually once you have presented to your opponent and you have taken a mulligan, you are no longer allowed to sideboard.
Correct. That's part of what it means when you've presented your deck. Is you present your deck and sideboard as a cohesive package.
And it means I am going to bring this 60 into our game, and I can no longer change it.
Or this 75 with up to 15 of them being sideboard. You can just jam in 15 extra cards and say, hey, I'm playing with a 75 card main deck, game 2.
I've done that against Modern Mill.
Yeah.
I mean, I brought in 10 relevant cards. Yeah.
Let's see what the judge has to say.
Yes.
What just happened in the feature match there?
He attempted mid-mulligan, forgot that he was mid-mulligan, and went to adjust his sideboard.
Ah.
And being regular RL, the call was essentially game loss or just revert the change. So I asked what his opponent wanted to do. The opponent wanted to just keep playing, so we just revert the change.
All right, yeah. So Sean forgetting now with the new mulligan in.
Nice about that.
Yeah, exactly. Went to try and sideboard partway through mulliganing and went to go undo it. So now I believe he's down to 5 cards because he's mulliganed at least twice.
Yeah. Legacy, in fact, is usually kind of on the critical mass side of combo decks. So looking at 7 means you have to actually keep a probably good balance of lands and spells. This looks like Land Force, Blighted Agent, Teferi, Time Raveler.
Yeah,
Sylvan Library.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sylvan Library is really good in this matchup because your life total does not matter. So that is a 2-mana draw 3 or draw 4.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, get beat down by Cephalid Wizards? Like, no, that usually does not happen.
Yeah, if I were Sean, I would definitely be sure to keep 2 lands and the library, and then everything else doesn't matter, really.
And that's a Teferi in here, too. Land Vial. Cabal Therapy.
Ooh.
I would blind name Blighted Agent, Noble Hierarch.
Yep.
Or first of all. Oh, it looks, that is Sylvan Library?
It's a Vapor Snag?
That one?
Yeah, the second card down there.
I think I have no idea what that is.
Sorry, trying to explain what the judge filled us in had happened. Sean had mulliganed once, then forgot he was mulliganing, went to go make some sideboard changes, made a sideboard change, realized his error after drawing the next hand, and was either given the decision that is either a game loss, or if the opponent, so in this case Connor, was up for it, undoing the change and letting him go back to the original deck he presented before he took any mulligans.
Yeah, so
we are only at regular REL, so in comp that would definitely be a game loss, if not a match loss.
Yeah, so even at our lower REL, regular REL, it is still a game loss to do that. So don't do that. But it's still a game loss. But you do have the option of the judge's discretion, if it was a mistake, to continue playing as long as your opponent agrees as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Connor just wants to play some Magic, get some memes on camera. So
means we get to jam some more on here.
Oh yeah,
hopefully show off more Cephalid breakfast options.
I think Connor's about to just play a Stoneforge Mystic. He also has Grand Abolisher.
I would maybe almost play the Grand Abolisher
he cannot.
here. He can't. Yeah, he needs double
white. He is holding Force of Will as well. Here on, I'd almost find the Shuko because your opponent is pants down at this point. They have no protection. Teferi does not do anything against this combo for the most part. He may find Shuko. He may find Jite. Jite is set up to beat Sean's hand.
Jite's the safe option.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Shuko is the I'm going to Toxic my Illusionist and just kill you.
Ooh.
I like this play.
I really like it as
Oh,
well.
punished. I think he's punished by his opponent drawing the Brainstorm.
Yep. Another Brainstorm scene there, though. But Sean can't quite hide everything.
I'm pretty sure he can't hide his Teferi, and that's probably what's going to be named. He's definitely hiding the Blighted Agent.
Yeah.
Which
is fine because Jite can't stop Blighted Agent anyway.
Yes. Connor was holding the Shuko already.
Oh, that's right.
Looks like he's got Forceful, no blue card.
And
Name
he hits the Teferi.
That's like one of my favorite mind games in Legacy is Cabal Therapy versus Brainstorm.
Invigorate is what we were seeing there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the top card of Sean's deck is Blighted Agent.
Yep.
But then the Blighted takes for 5, and there's not much else happening after that. But it looks like another Brainstorm too.
Yeah. Connor is on a 6-turn clock then, essentially.
Yes. That's another Stoneforge.
Yep.
That doesn't actually do anything, because the Battle Sword's no longer in the deck.
Yeah.
So I would name Cleric here. Cast your Grand Abolisher.
Yeah.
And then next turn, is Grand Abolisher also protects you from Force Will. So you can go cast Jite, equip Jite, and then start attacking your opponent.
Yeah, because that... I think Jite will race faster there.
Yep, just cast Shuko. Oh, it's a 3-2. Very nice.
Yeah, for those that will want to see here, Grand Abolisher. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells, activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. So it really locks your opponent out from interfering with the combo happening.
And the best part is it makes one Jite counter is killing that Blight Agent.
Well, Blight Agent has Hexproof.
What?
Right?
Blight Agent? No, it's unblockable. Blight Agent's a 1/1 for 1 blue is unblockable.
I get Blighted Agent confused with the other 2-mana 1/1 Hexproof unblockable from Shadows over Original Innistrad. Wow,
Invisible Stalker.
Yeah, Invisible Stalker.
That one is hexproof, unblockable. Does not have infect.
Doesn't have infect. So yeah, he can deal with the Blighted Agent this way. I'm good at Magic.
Oh, I think he just ripped No Rod off the top.
And yeah, it is naming Cleric, as you predicted.
Oh, Sean just drew No Rod. That's brutal.
Null Rod is very good.
I mean, if he has Berserk, that's just lethal.
Yeah. So what do you think about the Colossal Hammer infect list?
That card is... Oh, it's Sigarda's Aid?
Yeah.
That deck is bad. Oh, gosh, it's bad.
But it's so fun.
I mean, yeah. Invigorate. Invigorate number 1. 5.
Yep.
Oh, no, he does not have a land for... does he have a land? Okay, if No Rod enters play, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's Inkmoth too. He has to cast it. He has to cast Null Rod. If he does not cast Null Rod, he dies.
Yep. He's got to hit the Null Rod down. Bam. There it is.
Null Rod is very good against Cephalid Breakfast deck.
Yeah, and seeing the Force in hand with no other blue card. And there's the blue card off the top, of course.
So I would lead on Ponder here. You got to find something.
Yeah, Ponder, you could find Teferi to bounce the Null Rod.
Yes. Find Detention Sphere.
Yep, Detention Sphere would do it. Find Cleric.
Well, he finds Nomads and Current, Cephalid Illusionist, he just wins.
Yep.
He wins anyway. Because the Grand Abolisher is protection.
Mm-hmm.
Also, finding Narcomoeba is also relevant here because it can block.
Yeah, can block the not Blighted
Inkmoth.
Agent. Yeah. It'll definitely slow down.
Neoplasm, Aether Vial. Nope, that's a shuffle.
Wow, yeah, that's a definite shuffle.
Yeah, because Murderous Recap is a Goblin Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Can't quite cast with a Cleric. It would be actually fairly strong if you could cast it.
Yeah, 1 land away from being able to cast it. Yeah, cast it.
1 Black Source too.
Yeah. Casting it to blow up the Blighted Agent would be good.
Yeah, and if he finds out Cabal Therapy.
Yeah, Null Rod also turns off Aether Vial, turns off the GT that
Yeah.
it's known that Connor has,
And Shuko.
and Shuko as the combo win.
So the deck only plays 2 copies of Nomads, and that's not good. So there's no copy of Batter Skull. So I think you just got to run out your GT. Check for 3. Doesn't block. That's what you got to do.
Yep. Drop the land for turn for sure.
Yeah, you just play your GT.
Yeah. Can't do anything with it yet, but you'll be able to someday. Hopefully.
Just drawing
That's the
fairly
goal.
live. Yeah, it needs Attention Sphere or Teferi. She doesn't quite have another land to equip the GT.
Well, he can't equip it right now because of Null Rod.
Yeah, so if he rips Teferi off the top, he has to
Got
draw a land off the activation.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Pendelhaven's a great draw.
Oof.
Means you can
Yeah.
get in for 3. Okay, Sean's just
2
been
turn.
Sean's been drawing hot.
Yep. 2 turn clock here for Sean.
So Connor's got 1 draw step left. What is that card? Is it maybe it's been the
Is that Back to Nature? The Naturalize replacement?
Oh, that could be it.
Oh wait, no, because M20 isn't legal yet.
No, it was in Modern Horizons.
Oh, that's right. Going for the fetch. I'm going to shuffle up. Get at least something here. Narcomoeba will prevent it for a turn.
Okay, well, Narcomoeba, because Connor's at 7, so you can actually take 1 more hit from a Pendelhaven thing, but then Narcomoeba doesn't get him anywhere.
Yeah, Narcomoeba just buys him an extra turn. He needs Teferi or Detention Sphere probably is the preferable option.
Yeah, still doesn't quite do it because he doesn't. The GT is dead.
Well, you instead get
That's a
land off top.
That's a land. That's bad.
That's the game.
No, top deck no route off the dripped it off the brainstorm. Just really good.
Yeah, oof. Well, that will put it away for Sean on Infect.
I will go hunting for some good matchups.
Yeah, we've got 7. We've got 17 more minutes of some amazing legacy action, hopefully coming your way. 17 more minutes this round, and 2 more rounds after that. In the meantime, we'll throw it back to lonely old me in the caster booth. That's right, I'm Patrick. Kelvin is out finding a backup match, hopefully. And we are here at Card Kingdom's brick and mortar store, Mock Sporting House Ballard, in the north-hand side of Seattle. Every Monday night starting at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, we do this Legacy stream with 4 rounds of Legacy paper action. Great fun. We're especially thrilled tonight to see so much jank as people are trying to break the London Mulligan. So we've got a couple other things that are coming up in the near future. Ooh, Canlander on stream? All right. Speaking of, we're going to show some Canlander on stream because coming up this Saturday, I believe, Card Kingdom is hosting their first ever major Canadian Highlander tournament this Saturday, right?
Canlander 1K.
Canlander 1K. That's right. I wasn't sure quite if it was a 1K, but it is a Canlander 1K this Saturday. It will be streamed, I believe.
Yep, Mock Sporting House Bellevue.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, no, Seattle.
Seattle. It's at the Seattle outlet.
It's in here. It's here.
It's right here. The week after that, so the 20th.
Yes.
Is the monthly Legacy Preservation Series 1K that will also be on stream
I think
here.
it's Invitational.
Is that the Invitational?
The 20th is the Invitational, yeah.
Oh, that's right. The 20th is the Invitational. So for those that don't know, all year we run basically a point system, and we have pretty much monthly tournaments. And one of the prizes for winning those is an invitation to the Legacy Preservation Series Invitational. Winning that gets you a trip to Eternal Weekend. So it's a 32-person Legacy tournament, the best of the best in the region, duking it out for fantastic prizes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so as a preview to our Canlander 1K, we got a couple of people on stream. We got Matt Saxon playing, I don't know exactly, he's playing some dirty stuff. And Leo Zockler is playing 5-color Greedy Jiki.
Yeah.
He's just looking through the deck, familiarizing himself with the list.
Right? Is that how I spell that right?
Leo is Zoekler.
Wow. Oh, I mixed up all the names.
Leo Zockler.
Well, I think that's Matt there on the right, though.
That is Matt. Yeah.
Oh.
Zoeckler. That's Leo. Leo is the one who's confused with what Prime Speaker Vanifar does.
Okay, so what would you call that deck?
It's 5-color, 5-seat Greedy Jiki. And I'm not sure exactly what Matt's on. Matt's on probably something spicy. Canadian Highlander is usually not, it's not DCI sanctioned. It's not really DCI supported because it's actually run by a tribunal similar to the EDH ban list, but EDH people. Proxies, there are sanctioned Canlander tournaments at most GPs.
Mhm.
Proxy are not allowed. CE is not allowed in those.
Yep.
But at Card Kingdom, since Canlander is usually a casual format, gold bordered and collector's edition cards are legal for the most part. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, we're going to have a little bit of show there. So for those that don't know what Canadian Highlander is, Canadian Highlander works on a very interesting system. Rather than having any sort of, it is a 100-card singleton format, and rather than having any cards banned, certain powerful cards are assigned a point value. Your deck can only have 10 points in it.
10 points.
Yeah, so the highest point listed card right now, I think, is 7 for
Black
Ancestral
Lotus.
Recall.
And Black Lotus.
And Black Lotus, yeah. So those are 7 points. You could run those if you wanted to, but
Decks do.
and some decks do.
Yep. Mainly the main deck that runs Black Lotus. A lot of decks don't run it because it's 7 points, but the one deck that is Behold the Beyond Storm, where Behold the Beyond is 5 black for a triple demonic tutor.
Yeah.
Never sees play anywhere else, but it's insta kill in Canlander. Some sort of Canlander spice. Yeah, let's see what Matt's on.
Yeah.
See what Canlander is there's 15 kind of archetypes, but there's so much you can do with the format.
Exactly. It's a very, very open format. Very big. It is, as someone who likes to brew, it is daunting.
Yeah.
It is daunting to look at the format and try to figure out what's good.
Looks like Matt is on some sort of mono blue. Maybe he's on a bunch of blue cards. Probably on blue red. It looks like Blue Moon is what you usually see if you're holding Thing in the Ice, Negate. That random card from Ixalan that lets you draw 2 cards if you attacked.
Ooh, Charter Course.
Charter Course, yes.
But yeah, it's if you are planning on looking to build a Canlander deck, my recommendation would be figure out sort of a list or type of deck you want to make. See if you can build the deck, and then look at the points list.
Yes.
Figure out which of those cards. Treat them as banned, and then figure out when you're deck building, and then figure out at the last moment which of those cards fit best.
Yeah, so I did. I kind of worked the other way. I looked at the point list. I'm saying, okay, which of these pointed cards work well together?
That's another way to go about it, yeah.
So this is the 5 Greedy Jiki is my deck that I built. So the points I have is Survival of the Fittest, Birthing Pod, Strip Mine, Demonic Tutor, and Enlightened Tutor.
Yeah.
And so the reason those worked well together, originally the Enlightened Tutor and Demonic Tutor was Natural Order, but then I don't think that card worked out as well. And I'd rather have the 2 tutors that can find Survival and Birthing Pod, which are the 2 best cards in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Matt's some blue-green good stuff, looks like. Okay, that is Torvak most. I don't know, that is Connor. He's blaming me for being bad at Magic. At Connor, the reason you lost is because your opponent drew No Rod.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main reason why.
Oh, yes.
Time Vault combo is another one to do it.
That's a great combo. It's usually in the Grixis. You usually get Grixis Vault Twin. It's just playing kind of like a 2-card Monty style with Time Vault. I think Time Vault 6 points?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he plays Grixis, plays Time Vault, Wheels, and Splinter Twin is the main kill condition.
But you've got a new Voltaic Key option now in M20. You could also go with the... what's that original Ravnica artifact that becomes copies of other artifacts for 3 mana? Mizium something?
Oh, yeah.
Mizium Machine?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's the reason why Time Vault got eroded so many times was because
Yeah.
people kept breaking it
Well, you can also play
in Vintage.
play Mirage Mirror too.
Yeah, Mirage Mirror is the other one.
And you can also play Tezzeret the Seeker on tap
Mhm.
artifacts.
Hmm.
One thing you can do is you can a lot of people something like really spicy is they animate it with Karn the Great Creator
Yep.
and then untap it as a creature.
Yep, that would work.
That's not good. That's just like that's like. Let's see. This deck is very hard to fetch with. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Misium Transliquent. Yeah, I would not have remembered the name of that in
Yep.
many
One
years.
bad thing about Canlander is it takes a long time to fetch.
Yeah, because you need to
X
find.
equals 1. I'm pretty sure he's just finding Birds of Paradise here.
Yeah, you need to find the one of in the deck that you're really looking for.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, like with survival, you don't know what you're looking for. You do disc. It's like, I'm going to discard a creature and find out later.
Yeah, you need to have a plan in mind with Green Sun Zenith.
Oh, yeah. I think this is Birds of Paradise.
Do you run the Green Finale in here as well?
Yes. Finalization? Yes. Very
Excellent.
much so.
Yeah.
That one's not pointed. A lot of the green tutors aren't pointed.
Yeah.
Green Sun Zenith, Worldly Tutor, Finalization, all not pointed.
Really?
The majority of the points list is all tutors.
Yeah.
It's Demonic Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Light Tutor,
Mhm.
Vampiric Tutor, stuff like Transmute Artifact.
Yeah, because a lot of this is a big thing among Commander as well. That like the biggest thing that they like to try and clamp down on in Commander is ways that make games more consistent and feel samey.
Yes.
And so all of the stuff here in a singleton format, tutors get much more popular.
There's a birds in the deck. It's the buy a box.
Birds. He saw it's in the top of what Matt has in his hand.
Noble Hierarch. There's not one in the deck.
Yeah, he wants birds.
Why would you play? Okay.
Sethroid Shaman instead. That's actually probably
that
good.
one's pretty good.
That's a
but
pretty good
I
option.
don't know why you get Noble Hierarch. You're trying to play 5 colors.
I mean,
all-
Noble Hierarch gets you 3 of the colors.
Yeah, but also birds is all 5 colors, especially because you're trying to play a triple red card.
Oh, true. Very, very true. I forgot about that.
So yeah, actually, it's a little awkward. I don't have 5 copies of Noble Hierarch. I only have 4, and I need to play 4 in Modern Humans.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not willing to buy a 5th copy. So there is no Noble Hierarch in the deck. This is not Legacy. This is Canadian Highlander. Drake 250Z in chat. Okay, looks like Leo's about to play a Wood Elves. Find a forest.
Yeah.
Okay. Look on Matt's side. Looks like he's a little stuck on Matta. He's on Charter Course, Logic Knot. Logic Knot X equals 1 to X equals 2 to counter. You cannot respond. His Delve is part of the cost. I think it's X equals 1.
Yeah, X is 1 is good.
So you can actually X has to 2 because you can pay 1 with the Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, right now we're only showing Canlander because we have about 6 minutes left on the end of round 2 here in Legacy. We do have 2 more rounds of Legacy coming up in just a moment. This was just a good way for us to bide the time and get you all hyped for this Saturday's Canlander 1K that'll be on this stream.
Okay. Sylvan Library. This is actually it's pretty good. It's
Seems like exactly what Matt needs right now.
Yeah, let's try to find that land. I think he's holding a gate.
Looks like it.
I think what's Leo holding? See a Spike Feeder. Rex Sage. That's a Rex Sage. That's a good one.
Wow.
Just get rid of that library. Just boop.
Yep.
Boop. Boop.
Library needs to go.
Yeah, you gotta send a message. You gotta attack with your death right.
Visions. That thing is getting close to flipping.
What else is in?
Is that a Rishadan port for Matt?
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. You can play a lot of like the really competitive cards because Rishadan Port's very strong in this format. So you're trying to play a bunch of colors.
Yeah.
That is a Rishadan Port. Yes. Probably go after the Mana Confluence here.
Yeah, almost definitely.
No, not even activating it. Oh.
Interesting. Oh, maybe he's holding up negate mana.
Yeah, I think that's a carry added drawn for Leo.
Yep. More ramp.
Yeah. I think he's holding Spike Feeder, white card. It's Archangel of Thune. He has the Archangel Spike Feeder combo in hand.
Wow, very nice.
Yeah, it costs 8 mana, but that is infinite life and arbitrarily large creatures if it's assembled. Yeah, Matt holding a gate. So there's not a lot of negate targets in the Jiki deck, but the ones that are very good.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes sense to keep holding on to that for a while.
Because yeah, the negate targets usually are Survival of the Fittest, Splinter Twin, Finale of Devastation, Enlightened Tutor, Demonic Tutor. Yeah. Yes, that is precisely the reason that Mana Conflict is not a City of Brass, is because people play, they play Opposition, they play Rashad and Port, so you would rather not have your lands deal damage to you unless you're actually tapping for mana.
There comes the Spike Feeder.
Yep.
Which means I think next turn we'll see the Archangel.
He has Archangel. He has a Dried Arbor in hand. He can play that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if the thing flips, does not really matter because whether it's in your hand or in play. If there's another land, you just play it. I don't think Matt can counter this Archangel thing.
He does. I think I did see. Is that Force?
It's a Brainstorm. I don't think it's Force.
It's that very orange-looking blue card, though.
I think it's Brainstorm into Charter Course. I think the thing is flipping.
Yeah. Seems like the safe option. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, maybe Force, yeah.
Yeah, it could be Force.
Holding Remand. Yeah, I would play the Charter Course here. Flip it, getting for 7. Yep, draining for 2. Or actually, can probably gain 2 off his Wood Elves. Nope, drain. Gain 2 life of your Spike Feeder. Yep. And
pick them all up. Get beat for 7. Oof.
Here he goes to 10.
All right. So Leo has the option here to has ways to recover.
I think he's just Sylvan Scrying.
Ooh, yeah.
Sylvan Scrying is a pretty good draw here because he uses it to find the Gaia's Cradle.
Oh yeah, Gaia's Cradle. Yeah, Gaia's Cradle's not good right now, but it should be in a few turns.
He's holding a bunch of 1-drops and Dryad Arbor.
True, but if he's scrying this turn, it means he's going to take another 7 and put himself dangerously close to death.
Yeah, I think Sylvan Scrying. He can also find Yavimaya Hollow in the deck to just infinitely block the thing on the ice.
Do you run Mazavith?
No Mazavith.
Oh, okay.
So in the spicy land package, there's Depth Stage.
Yep.
Bajuka Bog, Caracas, Yavimaya Hollow, Cradle, Strip Mine Wasteland.
Okay.
I was thinking about running Mazavith, but I only want to run 1 land as a tap for mana.
Yeah.
And that is Dark Depths, because that is just kills you.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I was thinking about throwing a Hex Mage in there too, because Hex Mage. So people are playing Ashiok, the new Ashiok from War of the Spark against this deck, and it's very strong. As probably 20 of your cards search your library, and those are your best cards.
Mm-hmm.
And just having a Hex Mage is both a way to combo with Dark Depths and kill target Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So didn't quite see what he grabbed.
Yes. I think should run out. I would think he's got to run out the Death Ray Shaman too.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or he has not played a land. He got Cradle.
It is Cradle, yeah.
So he can play out his Dried Arbor, play out his Death Ray Shaman, play Cradle next turn, have a lot of mana if he opens on Carry added.
Yeah.
Then Cradle taps for 3, can replay the Rex Age, and can almost can chump block this thing that is pretty effectively. Or he can just take 7 the first time because being on blue-green, I don't think Matt has a lot of reach.
That's true. But then again, taking the 7 puts Leo down to just 2 more Mana Confluence, 1 more Mana Confluence activation before before he kills himself.
Yeah.
So that is another thing that's probably going to weigh into this.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah. So the reason I have not played Hex Mage is it's very light Black Splash. They are 4 black cards. Demonic Tutor, Calm Ball, Console of Allocation.
Nice.
Leovold.
Nice.
And Activations on Death Ray. That's technically a black card.
What is that from Matt?
Oh, geez. Sea Serpent, something? I don't think it's actually a Sea Serpent. That card's not good. I think that's a Portal card.
No, it's got more text than Sea Serpent does.
Yeah. I think it's flying, though. I think I can kind of make out flying from here.
Yeah, it looks like flying and then a whole bunch of text. Anyone in
pretty
chat
good.
have any guesses?
Flying's pretty good. Here comes Carry at it.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes probably Cradle's lane for turn. Cradle. Cradle taps for 3 currently.
Get to
Go to 1.
5. Yep.
Go to 1. He can't play Archangel Thune.
Archangel Thune could be good here.
And also, it does block the flyer while also gaining life. 3 mana. Let's see. Because, yeah, I think you got jam the Archangel. What is this? Rexage. Play that again. Spike Feeder.
Oh, Spike Feeder can gain him life. I forgot about that.
Yes. Does not. You need 2 counters on it for to work with the Archangel combo.
Yep.
Spike Feeder, 2 counters. Cradle taps for 4. You can just run out the Rexage here.
Run out the Rexage as a chump blocker.
Add a chump blocker. I think it's your least valuable card. Yeah. He has double white for the Deathward Shaman and it's Sea Drake.
Oh, what the? Wow, yeah, Sea Drake. When it comes into play from your hand, return any 2 lands from play to your hand.
Interesting.
Weird.
I think Leo had to play the Archangel to not die. As Archangel being a lifelink flyer is a pretty good blocker.
Mm-hmm. He tapped the.
This is weird. Yeah, I think he's got a gain 4.
No. Counter the the activated ability there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that research? Not to research and development.
No, it's the Simic Stifle.
Yeah. Ooh. The Simic Stifle. That's a split card.
Yeah. I don't. I can't think of names. I'm just like blanking on all these names.
Yeah, you're usually very, very good at names.
I mean, yeah. Well, I can name the infect. Like I'm pretty sure it's green. It's green. It's green blue hybrid for Stifle, and then
Yep.
it's not incubation. The other one. That one's basically a ancient stirring for creatures, and then 1 blue-green for a exile target creature becomes a frog lizard.
Yeah, I don't think it was that one. It's not Beck and Call, which
Not
is the
Beck and Call.
other one.
Oh yeah, that Beck and Call is a bird brain card.
Yeah, that's my card. It's
love
my
Beck and
favorite
Call.
card. All right. We are 3 minutes over the end of this round, so we're going to kind of throw it back to the booth here while we try to remember what that card was.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's from Ravnica. It's from Ravnica Allegiance.
Yes, it is one of the Ravnica Elite.
I have my handy dandy thingy.
Yeah, searching for split cards would be pretty easy. But yes. While my wonderful accomplice here, Kelvin, is searching for the card we just saw in that Canlander show match, we are about to get to round 3.
Repudiate, Replicate.
Repudiate and Replicate.
Yep.
That's it.
It is UG hybrid for a Stifle, and is 1 GU sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control.
Anyways, that was our fun little Canlander show match.
Yes.
We are.
That was spicy.
It was very spicy.
If anyone wants to see like this in this deck, we got a Splinter Twin.
That's the win condition, yeah.
It's basically second Kiki Jiki. And then points, survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of lands. Just like a bunch of random stuff. And then you can play like really dumb things like Acidic Slime. This is mainly commander staple, but in Canlander, it's 5 mana, blow up target player's land, which is also great. Got Leovold. That's just like a hate creature.
Yeah.
And you also get to play like dumb things like Karma Guy. Like this card has really not seen Legacy play since Flash Hulk.
Back in the days. Well, if this sort of Canlander stuff excites you, tune back in this Saturday. We've got a Canlander 1K tournament.
Yes.
But tonight, we are focusing back on Legacy. We've got 2 more rounds of Legacy.
Play this card. This card's great.
All right, we got 2 more rounds of Legacy tonight to show you. People are trying to break the London Mulligan here tonight for our first time out with it in paper. Lots of great things tonight. We've already shown off. What was it? We showed Cephalid Breakfast, and we showed Ley Lines.
5-color Eldrazi.
5-color Eldrazi, some Noodly boys. Lots of great decks out here in the field tonight. So we should be getting pairings for round 3 coming up real quick. In case this is your first time joining us, welcome to the Card Kingdom stream. We are coming to you live from Mox Boarding House Ballard in North Seattle. We do this every Monday night at 6:30. This channel also has some streams during the day with a couple other people doing a couple other things. We've got Thursday Modern nights.
Modern, yep.
As I've been hyping up, we've got this Canlander tournament coming up on Saturday. The Saturday after that, the 20th, is the Legacy Preservation Series Invitational for 2019.
Oh, yeah.
32 of the best players of Legacy in the region are going to be here to win a chance to go to Eternal Weekend this fall. It is the crown jewel tournament that we run here and aim towards all year. So if you're going to watch any other Legacy content, come back for that on the 20th and see some hard hitters of Legacy action.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a good one. I went last year. I qualified for Invitational last year, and that's a really fun one because it's a closed metagame that everyone can kind of guess what everyone else is playing. And so everyone is usually playing the deck they're really good at, but with very hateful sideboards.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're like, oh, I know this person. I want to beat them. And in a field of 32 players, you can actually, a lot of the times, like it's 5 rounds, and cut to top 8. You can usually get it. It's really just a really great environment where everyone really knows their deck down to like the last card and have tailored it to beat certain matchups. You get it's like a really interesting balance of like an inbred meta, while also having a bunch of very good players trying to next level each other.
Yeah, exactly. The list of players that are qualified this year just went out today. So start looking for some favorites there if you've got anyone to cheer on. I myself am going to be cheering on Team Jordan Isaka.
Yes, I am cheering on Team Bill Lee because Bill Lee agreed if he won, I would be able to sleep on his floor in Pittsburgh for Eternal Weekend. Same thing with Mr. Nick Ragazzo. I want him to win too because we have the same deal. That if they win, I will be sleeping on their floor. So yeah.
I see you definitely have a horse in this race because of that.
Yeah. Also, I am going to university in Toronto, so it's like a 1-hour flight.
That's
so I can just make it down there. But yeah, Pittsburgh. I don't recommend Pittsburgh. Stay next to the convention center. Go to the convention center. Go to the taco place next to the convention center. That taco place is insane. It's really good, and it's actually very good value for your money. And then go to your hotel. Everywhere else, you're gonna get mugged.
Well, all right.
Don't recommend. Don't recommend.
All right, moving on though. We've got a handful of great matches up to pick from. Let's go for one of the top.
Goblins players 1-1. Jeremy's on post.
Ooh, we could do.
Where's our thing?
Here it is.
So
post DNT or
post DNT.
Yeah.
Lands value elves. Grixis Delver post.
Yeah.
So what is Jack Kelly on? Jack Kelly's on DNT versus Steel Stompy. So a lot of our Oops All Spells player got a win.
Nice.
One of Oops. Do it. Come on. Oops All Spells.
Let's get some Oops up in here.
Table 10, please.
Yeah. We'll be seeing Sean again, but that's fine.
I mean, Sean against awful combo decks.
That's the theme of the night.
I mean, we could have had,
I'm just
Goblins versus Depths. All right,
we're gonna throw down to the match area while we fill out match stuff.
Yes, we want to see Oops All Spells.
All right.
Yeah, we're seeing silly stuff. All right, maybe you shouldn't say exactly what deck we're hoping to see there, but we'll see. So let me just clear out the boards here. So we've got Oops All Spells versus
Infect again.
Yeah, that's right. All right, let's see.
This is 1-1. Oops All Spells. Yeah.
So what do you think? Which deck do you think is more suited here? This is.
I think I'll take the Force of Will deck, but still, I want to see Oops All Spells.
I
want to see Patrick. Playing Oops All Spells against Infect. I think this is gonna be a fast one. Sorry, and we're trying to get something spicy coming up.
Yeah, and then we'll hopefully be able to get into. Oh yeah, I guessed right.
There's, people who are winning.
Yes. It is.
Okay.
It is a night of jank, and that is
Yes.
great.
This is the London Mulligan meme stream.
Exactly. London Mulligan meme dream stream. There's no Bomberman tonight. Sean
there's
is usually
one-
our resident Bomberman
There is
player.
one painter player who is 1-1, so if he
Mhm.
picks up another win, we could probably go to that round 4. Could also probably try to find him after this one as a backup match.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Oops All Spells probably is favored in this matchup. I would say.
The Infect's unforceable or bust.
Yeah.
And he's
pretty
got
much.
1 in the sideboard. He only has 3 main.
Does Infect still run days?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Day's not relevant. As basic.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the Oops All Spells deck is playing 4 of Chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
It is usually the Oops All Spells that can usually generate 5 mana, or at least 4 mana and pay for a days for its Undercity Informant.
Man, what I would have given to have Oops All Spells versus Leylines in round 1.
Oh, geez.
That would have been the perfect meme dreams dream.
I say Leyline wins that 95% of the time because they have Leyline of the Void.
Leyline of the Void and Leyline of Sanctity.
Yes.
Both of those are good.
Oops All Spells can win through Leyline of Sanctity. They usually play the Azami Labman kill.
Yeah. That is one of the bonuses of that.
Yes. But
yeah,
I want to shoot. I want my achievement unlock to shoot my opponent for 50.
Mm-hmm.
Way cooler.
Yeah. Much more fun. There's a lot of very complicated ways to win with Oops All Spells, and it's one of the things I like about the deck as much as possible.
Just like
also, here's one thing that I've always wondered that you might know the answer to. I remember when Oops All Spells was just coming out, there was a deck that is, I think, very similar or may have been the same thing, which was called Zesty Breakfast Burrito. I honestly think my understanding is it was sort of convergent evolution of the deck, that 2 different groups of people were brewing what ended up being the same list, but Oops All Spells ended up being the name that stuck.
I think the reason why Oops All Spells stuck is because there was like SCG Portland in 2014 where a guy, I think his name was like Robert Torres or something. He top-aided a SCG one-day Legacy Open playing Oops All Spells. He went 7-1-1. Top-aided the event.
Wow.
Was on camera multiple times. There's a VOD of him absolutely wrecking some Bug Delver player. Like the Bug Delver got absolutely blown out. It was actually Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy, Name Force Wheel, take your Force Wheel, second Cabal Therapy, Ballistron Spy, kill you. You can look that up. Just look up Oops All Spells SCG. It's the only video that comes up.
Yeah.
Then after that, it is not the pet deck of memers everywhere.
It is also a relatively cheap deck to get into Legacy with. If you really want to just get in and play some Legacy, you can steal a good number of games with Oops All Spells.
Yeah.
Especially now with the London Mulligan, it's a much more consistent deck.
You're much less susceptible to drawing your Narcomoebas.
And you still have interesting choices to make. The deck does still have interaction, and you do need to make complicated decisions. So it is not as much like playing Solitaire as the naysayers would have you believe.
Yes. It's more complicated than Burn, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Also cheaper, I think.
I think it's like somewhat. It depends on your sideboard plan, because the normal sideboard plan is you side into a Belcher deck.
Which then that gets really expensive because you need 4 Lion's Eye Diamonds. So your sideboard is 4 cards in your sideboard are more expensive than the rest of your deck.
Yeah. Because it was 4 LED, 1 Grim Monolith.
Yeah.
And that is a $950 sideboard plan.
Yeah. We were mentioning earlier, my preferred sideboard plan for Oops All Spells is 15 islands. You recklessly jam them in as if you are jamming in the Bomber or the Charbelcher sideboard, and then you slowly piece through and take them all out. Next level mind game them.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure Patrick's is on the Pact build of Oops All Spells. So Pact also works very well against a Forcible because unlike Belcher and Storm, you don't need to discard your hand when you go off with Lines of Diamonds. You just can cast your thing and then kill them with it with a Pact backup.
And Oops I think can go off with a 4-card hand. I think something like that.
Yes, it needs 4 mana and either Undercity Informant or Ballistron Spy, and that's a kill.
Yeah.
So you can go like Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Ballistron Spy as a 4-card kill.
Yeah. There are 4-card kill options available here.
I think Patrick is on a 5. Looks like Chromox, and it looks like Chromox Manamorphose Dark Ritual.
So Patrick is known locally. He took down at GP Seattle.
Yeah.
He won the
Legacy MCQ.
The Legacy MCQ, yeah.
Playing Rug Delver.
Mhm.
Also top 8 competitor, GP Vegas 2016, playing Rug Delver. Plays a little bit of Jeskai Breach in Modern. I think he top 8 at GP Oklahoma City 2017.
Also has a fantastic first name.
I think you're biased.
I am very biased. It's the best first name I've ever had, so.
Yeah. Also, another fact about Patrick, his Dan Ward got his team disqualified. Patrick's team disqualified from Pro Tour 25th anniversary for trying to cheat with how Meddling Mage worked. Unfortunately, Patrick in the Legacy seat got taken down by his teammates. Say sneaky attempt.
Sean going for the safe early fetch here.
I think Patrick's known to play Rook Delver, so fetching Forest certainly heads to that because you don't fetch Forest.
Yeah.
Because that turns days off. Like no Pat. Oh, Sean kept no counter spells. I think he's dead. He's dead.
Probably dead.
He's holding Manamorphose, Dark Ritual, Cabal Therapy.
Yep.
So if he has a spy, looks pretty good. I mean, if he has Undercity Informant, he can just go pitch card Dark Ritual, Undercity Informant, pass.
Yep.
And then crack that on the next turn, and then just kill.
Yeah, he's got a couple good options here. A lot of ways to flip this entire deck. Start going. And here's the point where Sean realizes,
Therapy.
What is this?
You just go for it. Oh, he actually he has a kill because he has looks like he's got Summoner's Pact. He can pact for Elvish Spirit Guide. Pitch it to pay for Undercity Informant's 1-mana activation cost.
Yep.
Once Undercity Informant is in play, there's nothing Infect player can do about it.
So, for those that don't know, let's pull up Undercity Informant.
This is going to find Elvish Spirit Guide. Yeah, I think that's how you spell it.
Am I really that bad at spelling? Is it Undercity 2 words?
I'll take a look.
No, it's not that. Well, Undercity Informant, you pay 1 mana, flip cards from the top of your deck until you hit a land, and there's no lands in the deck.
Undercity Informer.
Informer. Oh, man. Wow.
Undercity Informer.
There we go.
That's a bad name. It should be Informant.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, I mean, you can you can be an informer or an informant. They're basically the same thing. But yeah, you pay 1, sack a creature, itself in this case, and you pick yourself, reveal cards on top of your library until you hit a land. So everything goes into the yard. And then, ta-da! Here comes some Narcomoebas.
Well, since all the cards go into the yard at the same time, you can select the order they go into the yard.
Yep.
As long as the Undercity Informer is last. Yep.
Yeah, because it reveals and then puts them all there.
It looks like that's a new card. I think it's Undercity Troll. It's a new card from Ravnica Allegiance that says basically drain someone equal to the number of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a bridge.
Oh no, it's not.
No.
It's not Undercity Troll. Undercity Troll is a different card. I know what you're thinking of though.
It's from War of the Spark.
Yeah, it was one of the cards.
Ravnica Legion's got Undergrowth, and it says target player loses X life or X's number of creatures in your yard.
That's I think the new preferred kill.
Well, so you need to reanimate 1 creature, so you no longer need to devote 3 slots.
Yep. Lotleth. No, I don't think is it Lotleth Troll?
That's not Lotleth Troll. Lotleth Troll is sack creature, generate, discard a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on it.
Yeah, this is Lotleth Troll. Lotleth Troll does a lot less.
Lotleth Troll is a strong card.
It would be Lotleth Giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deals
Deals
1
one
damage
damage.
target. Yeah.
Each creature card in your yard.
Which is like 50.
Well, how many... I mean, the deck does run at least 20 creatures.
The deck runs 8 Spirit Guides, 4 Narcomoebas,
12.
8 Narcomoebas, 4 Battleshot Spy, 4
16.
Undercity Informers,
6,
4
20.
copy of Wild Cantor,
24.
One Knowledge Giant. What else does it play?
So yeah,
Actually, no.
that's Oops taking a game over Infect.
Oh yes, 4 copies of Street Wraith.
Oh yeah, Street Wraith too. Yeah. So yeah, a good 30
He's bringing the
cards.
Mimeoplasm. Bring in the Mimeoplasm.
Oh, is Patrick boarding to the Mimeoplasm?
I mean, that card. I see that card face down is a Mimeoplasm. I'm not sure if he's actually boarding it in, but that card sitting on the table is a copy of the Mimeoplasm.
Yeah, we saw that kill in the Cephalid Breakfast list that we had on earlier. We're just showing off all sorts of jank tonight. It's the mood we're in.
It's turn 1 kill. I mean, I'm pretty sure Patrick knew his opponent was confused as soon as his opponent fetched basic forest against a combo deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, haha! He probably didn't keep forcible and just killed him. But playing Oops All Spells, you don't have another option. Yeah, so he's got alternate kill because that looks like Sarah's avatar. Sarah's avatar.
Is that a Carpet of Flowers?
Yes, Carpet of Flowers is fairly strong.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sarah's so that's Force of Vigor, 4 copies of Carpet of Flowers, and then some Slaughter packs. Okay.
Interesting.
Why are you having Sarah's avatar? The card's bad.
Sarah's avatar is the.
It's 4 white, white, white. It has vigilance. And it says star. Sarah's avatar's power and choice equal to your life total.
Yeah.
So it's based. Well, if it takes the Mimeoplasm, it's just a way to like donk your opponent for a bunch. But Lord of Mix is just better because Lord of Mix is a 50-50.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a graveyard, you're not winning that way anyway.
True. Very true. Especially if you're running stuff like Street Wraith where you're going to be paying life and cycling.
Yes, that can't work through your opponent. So yeah, this deck can't really. Oh, there's also Tinderwalls. Looks like.
Oh yeah, Tinderwall's classic.
Yeah, this deck can't really sideboard that well because it's all engine. But you can certainly trim on stuff like not really cyclings. You can trim on Simian Spirit Guides because it's like off color.
Mm-hmm.
You can trim on stuff like Chrome Mox because that usually takes 2 cards. Even though it's a permanent mana source, not exactly your best.
You can trim out the Lotleth Giant because that's
if you're going for the alternate kill, then yeah.
Yeah. I guess you board that out if you are expecting. Well, I mean, the Mimeoplasm doesn't win any differently. Doesn't like beat. Still loses to Leyline of Sanctity is basically what it is. So I'm curious why Patrick's going for that option because the Lotleth Giant
over the Azami kill.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what exactly he's got in mind here for how he wants to take this win.
Also, another card you can see appear in the Oops All Spells deck is the new Veil of Summer from Core 2020. That was not quite legal yet. But
not yet, but soon.
Soon. Also, being green's very relevant, so you can just pitch a Spirit Guide and cast it.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, I want to play a deck that runs Spirit Guides and Manamorphose to be able to Spirit Guide, Manamorphose, Hardcast Counterspell unexpectedly. It would not be a good deck.
Okay. I have gone Spirit Guide, make blue, cast Burning Wish, find Bribery at my Belcher sideboard.
Ooh.
Bribery my opponent, take the Crystal Brand, draw 14 cards, belch them.
Okay, that's the dream right there.
It's good.
That's real good.
Yes. I've also played Belcher with a Bayou and a Swamp, a Bayou and a Taiga in it. I've played 2-land Belcher with Dark Ritual.
Oh, I thought for a long time about playing Mana Severance Belcher, which is the mono blue Belcher.
Where you search your deck for X number of lands and exile them?
Yeah, you exile all your land. You basically play mono blue control for a while, and then when you're ready to Belcher kill, you get all the lands out of your deck and then belch them for your deck.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've also played Belcher out of Spanish Inquisition.
Very nice.
I love Spanish Inquisition. That's a spicy deck.
No one expects Goblin Char Belcher out of Spanish Inquisition.
I mean, yeah, I did get a kill once. My opponent so my opponent went land Lotus Petal Pass with holding double Flusterstorm, then died to Char Belcher on turn 1.
Double Vines, Blighted Agent hand.
That's a mulligan.
And Pendlehaven.
You got a mulligan that you die.
You have to against Oops. Yeah.
So if it's a turn 2 kill with Glistener Elf, maybe. But turn 2 Infect Threat and no counter magic, yeah, it's a mulligan.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean can also find his Force Wells a little more consistency with the London Mulligan.
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I don't think the London Mulligan is going to change all that much in the metagame, is finding one-off good answers is going to be just as strong as finding good combo pieces. All it does is put more impotence on the players to mulligan more correctly more often.
Yes.
It makes it easier to mulligan more correctly more often.
Yeah. Also, mulliganing aggressively also allows. Let's say you happen to draw like a
There's a
card that's
force.
supposed to be in your deck. Like if you see like Patrick has a Narcomoeba in hand,
Mhm.
so if you mulligan, say mulligan to 6, instead of having the Narcomoeba stuck in his 6-card hand, you much rather have that in his deck, so
Mhm.
he can then flip it over. Because so one way this deck can lose is if it draws all its Narcomoebas, it doesn't have enough creatures in play
Yeah.
to actually Jed return.
He is going to be keeping this hand. I think he's planning on pitching the Narcomoeba to a Chromox, which makes
Yes.
sense.
I think Sean's got basic forest, force soul, not much else.
And Spell Pierce, it looks like.
Can't cast that. He's got no boost spell, no blue card.
Yeah.
He's got Inkmoth, Forest, Force of Will. Sylvan Library. So if he actually, I think he's going turn 2 Sylvan and trying to hit something.
That would make sense. Cycling the Street Wraith.
The thing about Oops All Spells is there's only one speed, and that's I'm gonna kill you.
It's always go time.
Yeah.
You always have to be in go mode. Also, Oops on the draw is almost more dangerous.
See, like, the actually 8th card is very relevant.
And Patrick should be at 18 here from Cycling Street Wraith.
Yeah.
Unlikely it will matter, but
I mean, it is if he's playing Sarah's avatar.
yep, that's true.
He has a Cabal Therapy. I think you got to keep that one in hand. But I don't think he's got a way to generate black mana.
He's got to put something under that Mox, or it's just going to be dead there.
I think he's thinking. I mean, if the Street Wraith is not relevant, I think you almost should have kept it in order to make black. Because black's the most important color to make. Oh.
Ooh, interesting.
That's aggressive. It's interesting. Certainly a way to go.
You know, I kind of like that, though, going off of countering the counter the mana generation a little early.
Yep.
Seems good.
Sylvan. Well, this is Sylvan take 8. I don't think Sean's even going to look at the cards. He's going to take 8.
Yeah.
Judge, Patrick should be at 18. Patrick should be at 18.
Yeah.
He cycled Street Wraith.
That is. It looks like Ponder Days Fetch Line. Yep, take 8. Exactly. Oh yeah. Don't even look at them. You just. Yep. Well, now Sean went from 0 counter spells to 2 counter spells.
Yep.
Looks like Days actually. I think Days is probably gonna do a little bit of work here. I think Patrick's holding double Spirit God. He's just missing that way to generate black mana.
Yep. That was why it was. I think that counter on that Chromox was really good for Sean there. I am always in favor of trying to lock out mana early, especially against hard combo decks like this.
Yeah. Also, I think it's an odd opening on Patrick to open on Chromox pitching. Well, he has that on the Narcomoeba, but so he has a Summoner's Pact. Well, Summoner's Pact generates black mana because you can pact for Wild Cantor, but if it doesn't work, he loses.
Yeah. Should be a pretty hard sell to do right there.
So I'm pretty sure this is going to be Summoner's Pact.
Because Summoner's Pact, you need to pay 4
for 2 green. He's going to find Wild Cantor. Yep, there it is. Looks like he's actually got a couple of Dandy Swarms in the deck too. He's going to probably pitch Spirit Guide, put this on the stack. Yep.
So here's the thing. Do you try to counter the Wild Cantor?
Well, I think the Spell Pierce is... You can't. He's got Days Spell Pierce.
Yeah, he's got... Yeah.
Well, it looks like Patrick's about to get there if only Spirit Guides. So it's Days or bust. So Days has to be live.
The question is, do you daze the Cantor or do you wait to daze something else?
I don't think you daze the Cantor because you see it's functionally just a useless card sitting right there.
Yeah, I agree. I think the plan is fetch for a blue source, wait till he casts a non-creature spell, daze it, then Spell Pierce it.
Yeah, so if there's a Dark Ritual put on the stack, that's got to be countered.
Yeah.
3. Nope. About to get blown up by Daze. I don't think Patrick had... so this is about to get dazed.
Yeah, definitely daze this.
There's another card in hand. Make a Cabal Ritual?
No, it's a Dread Return.
Oh, it's Cabal Therapy and Dread Return.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, just a little too slow from Patrick. Allowed Sean to find the blue source and find the days off that Sylvan Library.
Mm-hmm. Sean's going to go float that blue. Yep. And there's the days. And that's game to Sean.
He has to, just rather concede than
Wait to die on upkeep.
die on his pack trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have paid for my packs out of Spanish Inquisition before.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, I have 2 Chrome boxes. I'll pitch the Spirit Guides, and I'll still die because I just wasted 4 mana on nothing.
Yeah, I've seen Oops do that before as well. I think Patrick going with the Pact there was the right choice because one way or another, you either punch it there or you're starting to face down a couple infecting creatures and you don't have many turns left anyway.
And yes, he could have.
Especially with Sylvan Library, Sean drawing like essentially 3 cards a turn.
Yeah. But if Sean took another 8 on Sylvan Library, you just cast the Spirit Guide, start getting in there.
Mm-hmm. As some of the viewers might know, I have played a shared fate deck before that used to run Spirit Guides in it. And the problem that I had with the deck, that I learned very quickly because I also ran Street Wraiths for a while, was occasionally when I switched decks with my opponent and they started drawing from mine because of shared fate, they ended up hard casting my Street Wraiths and beating face with them because they had Swamp Walk and I had Swamps. So I took them out very quickly. But then I ran into the same problem with Spirit Guides, so now I've replaced them with Lotus Petals.
Nice.
There's fewer of them, but it means I get to run more discard and interaction. Spirit Guide beats are real.
Well, it looks like Patrick's got some mana in the Undercity Informer, so it's probably a keep.
Sean's got a Force.
Nope. It may be going right back. That looks like multiple copies of Undercity Informer. I think I see Force No Blue card for out of Sean's deck.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, Force No Blue.
I think you can definitely do better. I send that back. I think it's
100%. Yeah.
He has a Surgical. Surgical's relevant because you can respond to Dark Creature just by whacking them.
Yeah, you can also respond to Dread Return.
Yes.
And exile that way. Yeah, I guess he's keeping on the back of that.
Well, you get waiting until the Dread Return is very sketchy because you get Cabal Therapy multiple times for that, but also you can send the Dread Return.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at that point, you if they're Cabal Therapying you after their graveyard is full, then you take out the Dread Return. And then they have no cards in deck and can't beat with zombies fast enough.
Yep.
Cycle the second Street Wraith should be at 16 now.
Yep.
Here comes a Mox.
Pitching a Great Dungeon.
He's got 2 Pacts, so probably pitch a Pact. Either that or turn a Guide into a constant source of mana.
It looks like second a Balustrade Spy.
Yep, okay.
Undercity Informer. This is going to resolve.
Double Pact in hand.
Yep, Patrick. I think Patrick is dead. I think Patrick's going to die to the surgical extraction.
Yep. Very likely. Yep, get the Spirit Guide. Spirit Guide for mana, sack it, flip the deck. And
no point cutting. Patrick is going to respond to these triggers. Okay, now Sean has to respond to Archmage triggers because, he doesn't have to. He can just wait till he casts Dread Return.
Yeah, so either...
probably indicate triggers on the stack.
Yeah, either you go with getting rid of all the Narcomoebas with the triggers, and then he's got nothing on board and dies on draw.
Dies on upkeep.
On upkeep, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Or you hit, in response to the triggers, you hit the Dread Return. Yeah. Because that's, I think, the only way that they have to get anything back out of the yard.
Yeah. I think Dread Return's pretty unique in its effect.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and there's Mimeoplasm
There's
disease.
the Mimeoplasm.
But will Sean see the line of taking out the enabler rather than the payoff? Because so many times when you're playing a deck like this, you want to take out the bombs. Is that an Underrealm Lich that I just saw?
I think that's a lot with Giant.
Okay.
Maybe it's Underrealm Lich.
Man, Underrealm Lich is such a good card.
Maybe it is.
Yeah.
There's too many bad cards in our. Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna? Yeah. Oh, Sean did not see the line. He's extracting the Underrealm Lich.
I mean, the Underrealm Lich is a way to not get decked.
Sorry, not the Underrealm Lich, the Lotleth Giant.
Yeah.
Taking the Dread Return would have been the better option.
Well, he's got no other kill, so it's game over.
Yeah, because with the Mimeoplasm, he doesn't have a Murderous Red Cap.
He doesn't have another thing to target.
All right, well, that gets Sean sealing that one away on Infect there in 3 games.
Dang it, Sean. Keeps beating our dirty, stupid combo decks.
I know, we've got about 25 more minutes. Do we want to go seek out a backup match?
Yeah, do you have one? Do you have a backup match?
Oh, you want to find a backup?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can look for a backup match there.
Yes, okay, we got our judge.
Our wonderful judge, yeah.
Getting on that. Let's see if he pulls something spicy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find some. Maybe there's a goblins player. Looks like.
Yeah, we still got
elves.
goblins in there. We could just also, for the last round, we can go to one of our top tables and see what decks have been thriving
Yes.
with the London Mulligan, rather than the things that people think have been thriving.
Oh, these decks are too spicy. These are just spicy memes.
It's nice to see spice.
Yes.
I'm a bit of a spice lord myself, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I am the lord of either playing very, very awful combo decks or playing very, very awful one-ofs in tier 1 decks.
So, on the Magic the Gathering subreddit, there was a guy a couple years ago that posted a deck that ran every single alternate win con and had a way to win with each of those win conditions on first turn.
Oh,
or by taking an extra turn and then winning on second turn, but your opponent doesn't get a turn.
Oh, jeez.
Just this week, same poster posted an update. I think it's up to 59 alternate win conditions. It is a 185 card deck.
How's it 185?
Okay. It is a
Okay.
Oh, bring it back to the booth here then.
Okay.
It is a 185 card deck because it wins with the Battle of Wits.
But with
By turning Battle of Wits into a creature, making a token copy of it, then shuffling everything from your sideboard into your deck, your hand, and everything else into play, and graveyard into deck, so you have a 200 card deck.
So it's with Sponsire of Olamog?
No, not Sponsire of Olamog. You use other wishes.
Oh, he has all the wishes to wish for your entire board?
Yeah, you wish the entire board in. Ooh, sorry. Oh. You wish the entire board in, get it all into the deck, get everything in play except the Battle of Wits token into the deck, and then you take an extra turn, have that sitting and waiting, and then you win on your next upkeep.
And you do the same thing to a Baron Glory?
Yep, Baron Glory is the same thing with less
Coalition Victory.
Mm-hmm.
Now Mirrodin Besieged is now an alternate win con. Do you like that?
Yep. There's enough ways to make
Felidar Sovereign.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it says you win the game on it. What other bad ones? I can't think of just cards that you win. Door to Nothingness?
Yeah, it runs Door to Nothingness as a kill. It's got Mycosynth Lattice to help with color problems and stuff.
Nice.
The main engine of the deck, because it is a legacy legal deck, the main engine of the deck is essentially Tinfins. It's the most consistent way, in large air quotes, to draw huge numbers of cards from this gigantic deck and just find what you need. Yeah, if you have exactly 1 life on upkeep, you win. Yeah, it has that.
Oh, that's near-death experience.
Yep, it has that.
Yeah.
It has all of them.
All
of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay. Let's keep naming some ones.
It also runs Hive Mind and
Hive
You
Mind.
Lose the Game
Yes.
options.
Hive Mind Pact.
Yep, Hive Mind Pact. It's got some.
Oh, does it Phage?
It doesn't run Phage.
Aww.
Or it might run Phage actually.
Because there's there was that one card that says target. So target.
Yeah, you make the opponent make a phage
Yeah.
token.
Well, it's just so you give your opponent a phage token.
Hmm
Also,
It does run Demonic Pact, I think, which is
the enchantment.
the enchantment
and then
where
you donate.
yeah, and you donate it and you mindslaver them, and then on their upkeep you make them pick lose the game. That's one of my favorite ways that the deck wins. If it wasn't for the fact that because this is like a 185 card deck and it needs just an absurd mana base, I would be playing it all the time.
Oh, jeez.
It looks like so much fun.
I mean, I think you can't. I don't think that kind of deck is legal on paper. You can't shuffle 185 cards unassisted.
I have huge hands.
Okay, so I mean, like a Canlander deck's like this thick, so it's like twice as much as like here.
Yeah.
So it's like 16-ounce latte kind of
Yeah.
height, and you're just like,
Yeah. It's not that bad. Yeah,
oh,
Meister
jeez.
Biomancer, you make 4 copies of it with kicked Rite of Replication, and then take an extra turn and win on your upkeep. Azor's Elecutors.
Oh yes, the tokens. Like,
Yeah,
the
you need
filibuster
counters
Filibuster
on
counters.
it.
Yeah.
That one, you take extra turns over. I think you take 1 extra turn to get 1 on it. I think you win on No, you win on upkeep with that one. I can't remember how it does that one, but it has you like proliferated a bunch. Essentially, is what it comes down to.
Yes, you play. Yeah.
What other win the game cards are there?
Yeah, doubling
Yeah, doubling
season.
season the counters kind of helps, but you need 5 counters, and you get 1 every turn. So that makes it go faster. But when you can arbitrarily like copy it a whole bunch of times, it's fine.
I'm just like blanking on just random cards that you win the game.
Well, there are 59 of them to pick from, so.
Okay, my favorite's Coalition Victory though.
Coalition Victory is good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna go to Google.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this. Yeah, Dark Steel Reactor.
Dark Steel Reactor is the other one that you proliferate.
If you get 20 counters on, you win the game.
Let me find the actual post, and I can read through some of this wonderful stuff. Helix Pinnacle, you just like this deck. It's trivial to make an infinite mana. So you have infinite mana, and then you dump it into Helix Pinnacle, and you win.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 1 deck.
Mayel's Aria.
Miles Aria. How does it win with that one? Okay.
Mayel's Aria. Yeah. It says if you control a creature with power 20 or greater, you win the game.
Yeah.
Laboratory Maniac, Biovisionary.
It's got the Labman kill.
Simic Ascendancy.
Yeah, so that's a new one that they added in that is also just like have a bunch of mana, dump a whole bunch of counters on, and call it good. It has Labman Jace, and it can win with both Labman Jace ult or Labman Jace passive ability. Phage, you either use Concordant Crossroads and beat face with it, or you make a token with not crackling counterpart. But you basically get to make a token for them. Maze's End is another one.
End.
So you run one of each of all of the mazes.
Mortal Kombat. I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, Maze's End. So Primeval Titan, and Cackling Counterpart get all of the gates for you.
Epic Struggle.
Oh, which one is that?
Epic Struggle. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 20 or more creatures, you win the game.
Easy.
This deck is not in the room.
This deck isn't in the room. This is a hypothetical deck. You can find it on the Magic the Gathering subreddit by searching 1 deck 59 wins is the or 59 wins 1 deck is the name of the
Mechanized Production. Another one. Hellkite Tyrant.
Yeah. Have 20 artifacts. There's a handful.
Approach the Second Sons.
Approach the Second Sons. It wins with Lich's Mastery, I think.
Yeah.
Because
you can draw 7 cards.
And then you cast it a second time. Revel in Riches. You can get a bunch of tokens that way. Etrata the Silencer. You use an ethereal ambush trick to give your opponent creatures 3 attacks using Fury of the Horde will get you the job done.
Ouch.
Because you take extra kills.
Revel in Riches.
That's the same sort of plan. You can kill them 1 by 1 by using Vraska's minus ability and sacrificing her to Claws of Gix, cycling back through the deck and repeating. Alternatively and efficiently, you can attack with a Hasty Embercool and sack it to Claws.
Boros Charm under an Isochron Scepter.
Boros Charm on Isochron Scepter?
Put it on camera.
Oh,
no. Boo. Oh, is that
the mystery deck that you couldn't figure out what it was?
Yeah, it's the guy with like a bunch of like Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Uh, where is this dude?
Magical
Yeah.
Mystery Deck.
Yeah. It's also Final Fortune under Isochron Scepter also works.
Oh, that's so good.
That's infinite turns if you something's can't lose the game. Immortal Coil.
Yep.
No.
The deck can also win by just reducing the opponent's health to 0.
Oh yeah.
Or milling them,
Test
too.
of endurance.
Yep.
I mean,
Jace, yep.
Jace.
Yeah, Lich. You have a Platinum Angel in play, you donate Lich, have them die to Lich. Same with Nefarious Lich. Forbidden Crypt. That's another good one.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't think it runs Painter combo as its mill combo. It runs something else.
I mean, if you're trying to be really spicy with mill combo, you play Tunnel Vision.
Mm-hmm.
Tunnel Visions, love that card. When you played Vendilion Click EDH with that card was nasty.
Okay, so going back to Azur's Elecutors. The way you do it is you get 3 doubling seasons in play by having Opalescence and Crackling Counterpart on your doubling season.
Oh god.
They'll gain 8 counters at upkeep, and then you're good for the win. Yeah.
Okay. Let's actually just play the Cheese Stands alone instead of Baron Glory.
Yeah.
Oh, Chanting Counter. That seems like a fun one.
Chance Encounter's good. If you do want to play a deck that uses Cheese Stands Alone or Baron Glory, you should look up the deck called Wacky Deli. It is a white-black control combo deck that uses Academy Rector. The goal of the deck is control the game for as long as you can, cast Academy Rector, then cast Karavek Spite, which is a card that says sacrifice every permanent you control as an additional cost to cast Karavek Spite. Target opponent loses 10 life.
So bad.
So, and it's at instant speed. So you do that on your opponent's end step, sacking an Academy Rector, and you get Baron Glory, and then you win on your upkeep. You also discard your hand too, something like that.
Oh geez.
Oh, it's only 5 life, not 10. Yeah, even worse.
Oh gosh.
The Spite is so bad. It's such a terrible card, but Wacky Deli is such a fun deck. If you're ever playing up against someone who's running Nyx Fit, watch out because that's a sideboard option for them. It's sideboard for the combo kill with that.
Oh jeez.
Only,
Okay.
yeah.
That's it. I'm running out of good ones.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm out. Google's out.
Hmm.
What is that? I don't know. I'm never getting too much of these really badly made like custom cards.
Yeah, exactly. But there's lots of options. There's 59 different ways to win the game right now. And there's a deck now that's out there that has all of them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're out of good ones. We were really at the dregs there.
The Cheese Stands alone.
Cheese Stands Alone is so good.
That's a great. I mean, it's
So
great.
good. But yeah, for those of you just tuning in, we are in between rounds right now of some hard-hitting Legacy action. Welcome to Card Kingdom's Monday night Legacy Paper Fight streams. We start at 6:30 p.m. in case you want to catch us next week or any of the weeks after that. We do 4 rounds of fantastic Legacy action played here live in Mox Boarding House Ballard, which is in northern Seattle, for those of you who aren't local. I'm Patrick. This is Kelvin. We'll be here with you for at least one more round. Just one more round of Legacy tonight. It should be starting in about 10-ish minutes or so.
Oh yeah.
We've been following a handful of decks tonight, trying to sort of break the London Mulligan. We watched a Leyline deck round 1. Didn't quite get there. We saw Oops All Spells. Yeah, right now we're just sort of waxing poetic about this Legacy legal deck that has 59 different win conditions.
Yep.
And can win...
no, there's no Amulet of Quos.
Yeah, no Amulet of Quos. And can win with any of those win conditions on turn 1. Or technically turn 2 by taking an extra turn before the opponent gets to do anything. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, also we saw some Cephalid Breakfast make a brief appearance. They get blown up by a Null Rod.
Yeah, in fact, have a Null Rod for the win there. Got to just see Infect, though, stomp on Oops All Spells, another deck that was thought to be made better by the London Mulligan. So that's sort of what we're watching for right now. Hopefully, in this.
Yes. Oh yeah, Biovisionary. Biomancer. Master Biomancer puts counters on a creature equal to its power when it enters.
And it's what you need to make Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game because it makes them all mutant types. And you play Sakashime's Imposter to copy a turtle, and then you get Mutant Ninja Turtles. In case you
yes.
ever wanted to do that, it's a thing you can do in Magic. They don't have teenagers yet.
No.
You could
Yeah.
you could in some way make a little girl Ninja Turtle if you're playing
Yeah,
silver bordered.
Silverboard. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
little gold card type. Oh, there's an ass card type too.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
That's good. No, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of black card types.
hmm
I mean, yeah, because Mongoose is an actual creature type too. Which
Yeah.
is great.
So is Uncle Istvan used to be a creature type.
Oh yes, and also Rasputin needs to be a creature type.
Yes.
it's like creature type Rasputin.
Yeah, it's I've really enjoyed watching over the years the trend of fewer and fewer cards where the name of the card is also the type line of the card.
Oh yes.
That's always good. Like Lizard Warrior
I love Lizard Warrior.
is a Lizard Warrior.
Yes. Oh, so now we got like this wacky stuff. Like Prime Trigger Vanifar is an Elf Ooze Wizard,
Yeah.
and then we have, yeah, and then we have.
We finally have a Lizard Wizard now too.
Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, Viashino Warrior, not Lizard Warrior.
Yes. Yeah, and then we also have like something like old one. We got Coiling Oracle, which is a Snake Elf Wizard.
Mhm.
Snake Elf Druid. Snake Elf Druid.
Yeah, Snake Elf Druid.
Yes.
Quelling Oracle is very good.
Very good. Well, now we have Risen Reef, which is just an elemental that just does this.
Is that, but like all the time. It's great.
Yes.
Risen Reef is a great impact on standard right now.
Yeah. Apparently it's good. You just like play some 1/1s and just like, oh, I'm just gonna put my deck into play and then mass manipulation their entire board.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems good.
But yeah, we are just
Oh, yes.
sort of biding our time for another 8-9ish minutes while
I
we.
think they
wait for
should
another round.
bring kobolds back.
I really liked kobolds, but I think the design space for them is limited
Well, it has to be
because they're
0/1s.
almost all zero cost cards.
Yeah, and they're 0/1s.
Memnite is a zero cost 1/1, so they've shown
Yes.
that they can do that, and it's not terrible.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
it's even
not
as an
bad.
artifact creature, so it's even like more relevant.
Even better, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Roll 100.6b. Which one is that?
Brushwag. That's a good creature type.
Brushwag is good. I am a huge fan of what is it? There's a really old card that has some very the original wording on it is so old where it decides if it blocks is what it says instead of if you block with this creature, it's if this creature decides to block is the original wording on it.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
100.6.
I don't know that one. Floral Spasm.
Floral Spasm. That's right. That's
Thank you,
my
thank
favorite.
you, Sip. Wow. We got
So yeah, let's.
Oh, jeez.
Oh man, I'm gonna bring this one up.
Floral Spasm.
Is it EM or AM?
It's EM.
Yeah, Floral Spasm. If Floral Spasm attacks an opponent and is not blocked, then Floral Spasm may choose to destroy target artifact under that opponent's control and deal no damage. Yeah, you got the spelling right, Sibwow.
Oh,
But yeah,
jeez.
so if you ever do decide to play this card and you attack in, it's like, wait, I need to listen to the Floral Spasm and see what it decides.
yeah, there is 1 round.
We got
left.
1 round left. Yeah, it should be starting
Also,
in
like,
about.
some of the wording. Okay, this is my favorite old wording.
Ooh, yeah. We're just spending some time here. Ooh, yeah.
We are pulling up the okay, I think they're all actually the
They
same.
should be all
wording.
the same, yeah.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
When you attack, non-flying defending creatures must be divided as opponent wishes between the left and the right sides of the river. You choose which side of the river to place each attacking creature, and attacking creatures can only be blocked by flying creatures or those on the same side of the river.
Yeah. This is a card that makes so much sense. Like,
When
in
it's
terms of what
errata.
it's doing, but then the rules for it are very complicated.
Okay, the errata is like awful.
It's a mess. Yeah, camouflage is a similar thing. But yes, thank you to those of you who are just tuning in because I see there's I believe XJ Cloud is hosting us. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. This is Card Kingdom's Monday Night Legacy stream. We do this every Monday night at 6:30. We do have one more round of Paper Legacy matches to hold. We've been through 3 matches of people trying to break the London Mulligan. And right now we're talking about very strange, very old Magic cards for about 5 more minutes. So yeah,
Nice.
Camouflage. This is, you play the shell game with your cards, you put them face down, swap them
Oh,
around, and
yes.
that's how they have to decide to block.
No, the best part is last part is, if illegal blocks are chosen, such as non-flying creatures blocking flying creatures, illegal blockers cannot block this turn. It's great. Yeah, no, there's some bad ones. Okay, like the one card that they cannot figure out how to word properly is Animate Dead.
Oh yeah, Animate
Oh
Dead
my
is just
God.
like
Animate
a
is a
paragraph. Yeah.
Okay, the best part of Animate Dead is they can't. They're actually like reasonable way to the reasonable way to do it. Means it functionally changes how the card works. Because the way it's currently worded, it says you choose a creature in your graveyard. When that creature is so you choose a creature in your graveyard. When Animate Dead enters the battlefield, you return that creature to the play, and then the Animate Dead is no longer enchant card in graveyard. It's enchant creature, and then enchanted creature gets -1, -0.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you can stifle it, and when you stifle it, it sits in play as Animate Dead, enchanting a creature in a graveyard, and that creature is now as -1, -0. So if let's say you have a Revelark, and then this is Animate Deading a 3-power creature. Let's say you Animate Dead a Leovold and it gets stifled. And then you evoke your Revelark, you can return the Leovold because it's actually a 2/3 in your
And
graveyard.
then Animate Dead falls off once it's in play because it's
no longer in
enchanting a creature card in graveyard.
Because it changed zones. Because look, this so the one on screen is the EMA errata for the
Yeah.
card.
This is the Oracle text for it currently.
Because functionally it's really easy. You enchant a creature in your yard, it comes into play, and now it has -1, -0.
Yeah.
But then the way it's worded is you have to enchant a creature in graveyard. But the way enchantments work is it has to specify the zone change because it can't have enchant creature in graveyard, but a creature in play.
Mhm.
So it has to have a trigger that changes it. But
Yeah.
but also they could reword it as a replacement effect, but then actually functionally changes how the card works.
I think the safer fix for it that makes the card make less sense, but would be a cleaner writing, would be enchant creature or creature card in graveyard, and then when Animate Dead enters the battlefield, if it's enchanting a creature in the graveyard, do the stuff to bring it back and give it -1/-0.
Return that creature to play, and that's
Yeah.
it. Because it can have a creature card in play as a legal target.
Yeah, it would also need to have the stuff there, like when the enchantment dies, that it has to go back to graveyard to maintain its current functionality. Because you can blow up the Animate Dead off of, you can abrupt decay an Animate Dead that's on a Gristlebrand, and Gristlebrand goes to the yard.
Yeah.
So you have to have some wording in for that, but it cuts out at least half of the Animate Dead text paragraph.
And it's so weird because they can word it as a replacement effect, but then it's no longer you can turn off by stifle or cards that say permanent tempting battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Because if you have one of those in play, Animate Dead has the same text of enchant creature in graveyard and it changes the toughness. So yeah, if you have an Animate Dead in play and no creature in your Frazzle Editor.
That's why you need this in Legacy to have protection from wordy.
Yes.
Protection from cards with more than 4 lines of text.
Yes. Yes. I think the best part is that if you read the flavor text as written, it says the penis is mightier than the sword. But
no,
SORD.
the pen is mightier than
yeah,
sword.
But they didn't put a space in there.
Did you get Morifond?
Yeah,
because Lee's running Morifond.
We had Lee on round 1.
Yeah. 5-color Noodle Boys?
5-color Noodle Boys, yeah.
5-color Noodle
Apparently,
Boys.
5-color Noodle Boys out-noodled this Turbo Noodle deck.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Well, yeah, going into the last round, so where's our round 3?
Round 3, okay. It's that one.
This one, here we go. The one that's furthest away. So going into round 3, we had a couple, let's see what decks we had that were currently undefeated going in.
It's like Post versus
Blue Red Delver.
And Post versus D&T.
Post versus D&T, yeah.
Lands versus Elves. Grixis Delver versus Post. And then D&T versus Steel Stompy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
boring. I want to see combo decks.
Nah, we'll probably see one of those decks in the final
Oh, geez.
round,
Okay,
so long as none of them are splitting. But
yeah,
we'll
okay.
see.
We don't talk about Ice Cauldron on this stream.
Let's talk about Ice Cauldron on this stream.
Okay, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
Ice Cauldron is, oh man, Ice Cauldron I think is a great.
Okay,
Ice Cauldron makes sense.
you
to
read
me.
that one. I'll read the Oracle text.
Let me squint here. Basically, you X tap, put a charge counter on it, and then put a spell face up with Ice Cauldron. You note the color and mana that you spend on it, and then you reduce the cost by that much when you play it later. It lets you split the mana cost basically between 2 turns, is how it works with the 2 abilities. And oh boy, is it a mess of a card.
Even the art's bad. The art's
The
good.
art's not
No, the art's good.
terrible.
The art's just, it's messy though.
Yeah. Is that on the reserved list? I wish they would print a fixed
Potentially.
version. Yeah, it's old enough.
I mean, it probably is. I mean, okay, even cards on the reserve list, they still like print like color shifted versions. So, like they printed so many copies of Fork. There's like so many different forks. Like Reverberate,
There's the
Narset's
blue
Reverse,
fork,
Narset's Reversal,
which that
Replicate.
So
they're
they did
functional.
say reverberate. They're like, yeah, this is too close to fork, and so
Yeah.
they're not going to print. They've said they're not going to print
Yes.
reverberate anymore.
But they did print a color shifted version of Donate.
Yeah.
Donate is on the reserve list, and they printed
Harmless offering.
Harmless Offering. Yep.
Yeah. One of my favorite cards.
Little cat.
Yeah, little kitty cat. It's nice.
It's nice.
But yeah,
it's an Eldrazi cat. It's a
reverberate
little cat.
doesn't turn the spell red like fork does. Narset's reversal bounces the spell as well as copies it.
Yeah.
Twin spell is blue.
Yes, twin cast.
And does or twin
Or twi-
cast, yeah,
yeah.
and doesn't color change it. There's a
Yes.
handful of other things that
Yeah.
copy but cost more.
Yes.
Reverberate is the closest defender, and they said, yeah, that was maybe too close to the reserve list.
Yep. And yeah, they really dialed back on that one.
Yeah, the buyback one is the way to go.
Oh geez. What is this board?
What
Okay.
board are we looking at
Okay,
here?
I've got a really spicy image coming from our friend.
It's probably that deck.
Okay, I'm gonna describe it to you. There is a player with a Mox Diamond, Ancient Tomb, and some Plains. 2 copies of Isochron Scepter with Lightning Helix under it. Land Tax, Getting of the Trials, Scroll Rack, and Moat.
Isn't one of those with we thought had Boros Charm under it, maybe?
I think it's Boros Charm, I made Boros Charm.
Yeah.
On the other side, we have 2-tap Grim Monolith, Morophon the Boundless, Sire Stagnation, a Ballista on 2, Eldrazi Displacer, Thorn of Amethyst, and some lands.
Man, we watched the wrong game last round.
Oh, jeez. This is huge spicy. I think I heard that the player who was playing, it looks like the Mono White Prison deck, did not want to be on camera.
Red White Prison, I would bet.
Yes, potentially Red White.
Yeah, that was a zesty match going on right now.
Getting of the Trials. So yeah, trying to put some Final Fortunes under some Final Fortunes. Final Fortunes under.
No, it's Orange Chant and Boros Charm.
Orange Chant and Boros Charm. Oh my gosh.
So you can't get spells.
Orim's Chant with Teferi, with the new Teferi, it can be a hard lock, which is great.
Stop it. Bad.
No, good. It's very good. I want there to be more competitive decks that run Isochron Scepter because I think Isochron Scepter is a very fun, very good card, and I want to play it more.
What I do is I play Mesmeric Orb, Isochron Scepter.
Yep.
Something that taps for mana and Dramatic Reversal.
Yeah.
And mill my deck.
Yeah. Go crazy from there.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Or yeah, I just put Counterspell under it, and it's like the best thing is you can do that EMA limited. Like except are rare and Counterspells are common. So like this like a bunch of times you just first pick Isochron Scepter and go Isochron Scepter, pitch Counterspell, go on turn 2, and you just like sit there. You just stare at your opponent.
Back in middle school, the oppressive deck of the day was someone that would turn 1 island into Soul Ring into Isochron Scepter and print Boomerang. And then every turn, you bounce your opponent's land drop.
Yeah.
And so it's like, cool, you have 1 land, and you never get more land than that. So that was an annoying deck to play against, but It was a very eye-opening thing. He also did it with Early Frost at 1.2, which was a Mirrodin common of tap 3 lands. So you basically time walk your opponent for 3 turns.
Nice.
Permanently. Yeah, you just time walk them for 3 turns for 2 mana every turn.
Nice.
Yeah. So Isochron Scepter is a very good card, and I like it.
Yes.
Plow Under on Panoptic Mirror. That's right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Panoptic Mirror is such a dumb card.
Plow Under. Plow Under, for some reason, their foil's spiked. Plow Under foils are now $300-ish.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I
Yeah.
love Plow Under.
2 lands on top.
I know, it's so good because it destroys 2 of their lands and it makes them draw 2 lands.
Mm-hmm.
But I think card's busted. I don't know why that card's ever printed.
It's double time walk with land destruction.
Yes. Yeah, bye, Cameron. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you
No
next week.
spoilers from the Stranger Things front.
Yes. Spoilers will get you
Get you insta
muted or banned in chat.
No, we get insta-banned.
Insta
And we'll
banned.
find out where you live.
I heard, slight spoilers, I heard there's a 3rd season of Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. I heard it came out on July 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, so round 3, we watched Oops All Spells versus Infect. And we got to see Oops Take It against Infect,
No,
which was good.
Oops took game 1 and lost the match.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Took game 1, lost the match. That's right. Infect got there. Sorry, I said what I wanted to have happened rather than what actually happened.
You've had 0 wins for spicy combo decks.
Looks like the as much as people were worried about the London Mulligan, maybe they weren't. Maybe their fears weren't as founded as we thought they should
Yeah,
be.
we even had the deck I had pegged to probably be good on the Logan was Steak and Show.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like our one Steak and Show player, I think he's 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see as the 4th round gets started. I think there's waiting on just the last match right now, which is the
Yeah.
one we heard about. Is 5-color. Is 5-color
Eldrazi.
Noodly Boys or 5-color Eldrazi?
Morphon. Yeah, Morphon Noodles.
Morphon the Boundless.
Morphon Ramen.
Yeah. Yeah. So Morphon Ramen, I like that. Yeah, Morphon Ramen. So Eldrazi that versus some sort of red-white prison deck that's got Moat and Gideon of the Trials and Final Fortune and
Yes.
Isochron Scepters, which is how we got talking about Isochron Scepters. Yeah. I don't think there's anyone on Dredge tonight, is there?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think Dredge is really the place you really want to go because it's a little more susceptible type of random stuff.
We've got one person on Painter.
There is one person. I think he's 2-1.
He's at least 1-1.
Yes. Okay, Drake. Yeah, I think it's on the shortcake build. It's on strawberry shortcake.
Mm-hmm.
We'll work on it. Yeah, if there's any other requests, there's no Dredge. Painter, we can get that. We can also get Goblins. I heard Goblins was a request, but I think that person may no longer be in chat. So, person who requested Goblins, if you are still in chat, give us a big thumbs up, and we'll work on getting that.
Yeah, Goblins is at least 1 in something. There's no 4-color
There's
Delver,
no
but there's
4-color.
about 4 different blue-red Delvers out there tonight.
Blue Red Delver's boring. No one likes Blue Red Delver.
I mean, some of them are running Arcanist now, which is interesting. No, Arcanist is fun. Don't poo-poo on new
The
cards.
card's not good.
Card's very good.
No, I won't. I only poo-poo on bad cards. Karn the Great Creator, Narset. Those are good. Okay. Surprising, my favorite Warlord Spark Legacy card is the Elder Spell. I love that card.
Elder
That card's so funny.
Elder Spell seems really good. I haven't looked into it, but I'm betting Pox is going to play that now.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's turn 3, I'm just gonna play my Lily plus it. Then turn 4, I'm gonna blow up your Walker. And Lily's on 6, and you just ultimate it and I nuke your board.
Yeah.
And this was great because also a lot of decks are playing Planeswalker Lock, especially Miracles, and get 2 to 3. Miracles can sit on 2 to 3 Planeswalkers. And that's how they win.
Mm-hmm.
That Elder Spell, I now have a Jace on 9, and you have no board. Same thing as the new post builds. A lot of new post builds are playing both Ugins, all 3 different types of Karn, and a bunch of just random walkers. So one Elder Spell is I nuke 15 mana of your board.
Yeah. Yeah, in Horizons, the Goblin Engineer, which is the fixed or updated Goblin Welder for Modern,
It's a good one.
is very good. It's
like
the
it.
reason why there's been a handful of people that have been playing Painter here for the past month or so. So I'm sure if you tune in the future, there's at least 3 people I've seen that are
Yeah.
sort of all tuning the same painter build.
Yeah. There's either blue-red or red-white.
Red-white is the one that I've been seeing
Yeah.
the most of.
Yeah, well, then we see one of our blue-red painter players, Mike Kiesel, decided to be a pleb today.
I saw.
Decided to be a pleb today and play Blackguard Reanimator. So, Mike, if you watch this, scrub, don't play Blackguard Reanimator. Play a good combo deck like your friend Patrick.
Hey, Mike. Just you and me right now. Just want to let you know. Play whatever you want. Play what makes you feel happy.
No,
That's really what matters.
you'll be forever judged for picking a bad combo deck.
Play what you want. Play what your soul pulls you to play. What it calls out to you in the middle of the night to play that deck. Play that deck.
Unless it's Gristlebrand. Tell Gristlebrand no. It's hard to turn down a Gristlebrand though. I've
Well,
tried. I only play Gristlebrand with Shallow Grave.
Brave man.
Because I want to cast Magus with the Mind.
Oh, you're doing the sciencey combo?
Oh, yes. Ban Gristlebrand. Yeah, Gristlebrand's a pretty good one.
I mean, we
makes sense.
have budget Gristle. We have Gristle off-brand now in M20.
Gristle reanimate draw 8 cards.
Yeah, there's. I can't even remember what the name of it is, but you have to pay.
Yeah.
You pay life.
It's every time
individually.
you lose life, you
That's
draw
right.
a card. And
Yeah.
it's like an 8-mana like fatty demon.
And you pay life to shrink opponents' creatures or
Yes.
shrink any creature.
I think it's pay 1 in a black, pay 2 life, -2 something.
Something, yeah.
Which has the additional text of draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's like fetch, I'll draw a card. Thoughtseize you, I'll draw 2
I don't-
cards.
I don't think it costs mana to activate the ability though, because that's why people
it's
are like,
mana
maybe
though.
that's an off-brand. It's Gristle off-brand.
So that's a
Yeah.
good name for it. I like that.
It's one of the good names.
Yeah. I mean, that card combos with reanimate. If you reanimate it, you draw 8 cards immediately.
Pretty much.
It's nice.
Yeah, if you've got other ways of paying life, like, oh, I'll cycle a Street Wraith and draw 3.
Yes. Or like, I'll Thoughtseize you. Draw 2.
Thoughtseize you. You discard one of my choice. I draw 2.
Nice.
Seems strong.
Oh, yeah.
All right, looks like we do have pairings that are on their way out. Hopefully.
It looks like Painter's the call.
Painter's the call. We want to see if we can see Paint. I want to see what we've got undefeated at table
Yes.
1 or 2 if we can. That's what I would like to see. Showcase. I think it's fun to talk as much as I really like talking about and focusing on the decks where people think they're going to be good because of the new mulligan. The new mulligan. I want to see what decks actually are coming out on top from the new mulligan.
Ooh, looks like we got a second guy.
Second person calling for Painter in
So,
chat.
okay, if Painter's 2-1.
Yeah, if Painter's 2-1, we can show Painter. Let's do that. Otherwise, I'm sure the Painter players are not going to be going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of options. All right. So our Painter player we are looking for
That is.
is
No,
he is 1 and 2. All right. So looking up top,
Elves
Nick and-
versus Damon. He's on D&T.
Elves v D&T. Yeah.
That's brutal.
What's our second one? We've already seen the other Nick, haven't we?
That's like Grixis Delver versus Post.
Yeah.
And then also is Post versus Lands. Yes, we have like 3 brutal matches at the top because Elves versus D&T, it's fat blowout for Elves.
Yeah. Very likely to be.
What?
No, we're not
We gotta
getting Sean for a third time.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out what our options are. What's table 4 at? Robin and Eli. That's Steel Stompy and Burn.
Nah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Zombie versus Burn. Delver
Post. Delver Post is table 2. Yeah.
2. Okay, sure. Delver versus Post. Grixis Delver versus, I think it's Eldrazi Post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauren's not actually here tonight.
Yes. It's actually Jim on Lands.
Jim's on Lands tonight. Lauren is our usual regular Lands player, and she's real good.
Oh, and she has some very nice cards too. She's got some Summer Forest that I always like to see.
Table 2, please.
Yes. So.
Um, But yeah, Lauren is our resident like lands expert. She's been playing the deck for at least as long as I've been here, which is like 3 years or so.
4 years.
Yeah, she's very good, intimidatingly so.
Yes, and also plays a bunch of spicy one-ups.
Yeah.
Playing Hall of Heliod's Generosity, Ren and 6, and some like goodies like that. Oh, at the last 1K, she was on the Academy Ruins build with Engineered Explosives.
Yeah.
I was like, nice. I liked doing that.
She was the first here to really pick up and go all in on civil engineered explosives, or blast zone, as I like to call
Yeah,
it.
she was on to 3 blast zone at one point.
Oh, yeah.
Gone down to 2 and played the EE build.
Okay. So we are looking at table 2. Let's head down to the.
They're splitting?
They're splitting.
Okay, they're heading out. Okay.
Darn. Are any
is
of the
it-
other top tables splitting?
Table 1 is splitting, but playing it out. I can ask if they want to play it out on camera.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get table 1 then.
L versus DNT.
Yeah, it's what we've got. These are the decks that are undefeated for the night. We'll see how they pair up. Hopefully, it'll be an interesting match. But let's
This
head
is
down
Nick
to the table.
Ricazzo on Value Elves versus Damon Matney on Death and Taxes.
Yeah.
This is the Value friendos.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is definitely something that is very favored for D&T.
No, it's favored for Elves.
Favored for elves, you think?
Yeah, no, because mainly it's favored for Elves because DNT cannot interact a lot with what their combo's doing, and also the best thing can do is G-Tape. That's not online until turn 4, and Elves does not care half the time, as they either have too big of a board or can start doing symbiote, block bounce, just do it over and over again.
Okay.
Yes, DNT is a buy for Elves. Value is usually like a little better as it can draw out of GT locks and have Beast Whisperer being a 2/3 is very relevant against all of DNT's 2-power creatures. While also be able to more consistently find Symbiote, which really turns off a lot of the DNT deck is doing.
Yeah. Okay. We'll.
But also, all of DNT's interaction does not interact well with Elves at all. And also, Damon's on the draw, and does not look good for him.
And here comes
like-
the elf ball.
Looks like an Elvish Visionary's in play. Nick's drawing a card, about to put a land into play.
Yeah.
He can cast. Oh, that is a Cradle. That is a Symbiote, and maybe bounce, untap, play.
Wow.
I would put a couple dollars on Damon being dead next turn, and there's nothing he can really do to interact. Because Nick is holding Finale of Devastation.
Yeah, definitely not with this hand.
That helps.
That helps. There we go.
Yeah,
Port's the way to get there.
But Nick is still on at least 3 mana, Symbiote, and Damon doesn't have a board.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Nick just wins this game. And it's a Beast Whisperer too. So Nick, this is upkeep.
Yep. Upkeep. There goes the Cradle.
He has to. This is land, tap 2 lands, tap.
4 mana available here.
Yep. Return the. X equals 2. This probably gets another Visionary.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
Play Visionary. His 1 X. Oh, Priestess Titania. That one's good too.
Yeah, there we go.
So Nick, if he so chooses, has 1 more mana. He can bounce Visionary, untap Llanowar. But I think Nick is just trying to set up to Beast Whisperer, because Finale of Devastation finds
Hoof?
Mirror Entity. No, it finds Mirror Entity. There is no hoof in this deck.
Ooh, oh, that's right. You use Mirror Entity for the win.
Yep.
Interesting. Revoker to. Oh, wow.
This is
Wow, this is not as cut and dry as we thought.
This is usually not good enough. Beast Whisperer is coming down. Or actually, Nick just has the Mirror Entity in hand.
Oh,
That works.
and so now that Priestess taps for 5?
4. Symbiote is not an elf.
Oh, elves only. Yeah, so there we go.
6. Yep.
There's the Mirror Entity.
That's an elf. So Nick is going to activate Symbiote. So he's going to activate the Mirror Entity X equals 1, turn Symbiote into an elf, and then Symbiote's going to bounce itself, it's an elf, to untap Priest of Titania.
Yep.
And once he does that, is infinite. You can cast Symbiote, pay 1 for the Mirror Entity, turn the Symbiote into an elf, bounce Symbiote to its own ability, untap Priest of Titania, generate infinite mana, make an arbitrarily large board of like 10/10s, potentially draws deck, and that is why D&T is a very, very easy matchup for elves.
Yeah, wow. That went quick. The Rex Sage in hand really helped with that.
And even if he didn't have it in hand, he has 6 ways to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, also, I don't think he carried. I think he would just attack through it because he had like a bunch of army of 1/1s.
Well, no, it was
against
turning
board.
off the Priestess.
No, but he can just attack. He's got 6. He's got
But
4 or
if
5
he
1/1s.
can't activate the Priestess for mana, then he can't do the combo.
I know he still can't do the combo, but then he has an army of 5 1/1s against a naked 2/1, and then Damon can't block. If he blocks, he loses. So Nick just has 5 damage a turn, and Damon's not doing anything. And so he needs to basically have active GT. So the only way elves like D&T can win is they have active GT on turn 4.
Targeted
three.
sword, like very specific swords, will help too.
Yeah, you need to have a Badger and have multiple.
Yeah.
Wasteland usually good, but you need to start on Vile. You need to have GT active very quickly. And Canonist is usually a good card in this matchup.
Canonist, well, yeah, Canonist is also really good.
Well, you need Canonist because playing 1 spell a turn, the elves that can't really kill you, and usually if 1 spell a turn, your cards line up a lot better than the elves cards do. But the way you lose is when the elf player gets to play 6 1/1s, because no matter how good your 2/1 is, you're not beating 6 elves. Unless you can nuke it. I always think a Cataclysm coming out Damon's side.
Yeah, those are.
It's from the Vault Cataclysms.
Yeah.
I don't really cut Thalia. Thalia's like not the best.
That's what's going out for Nick.
That's fine. So basically, he's bringing up removal, taking out the card advantage.
Yeah. Is that a Sylvan Messenger?
It's 2 Sylvan Messenger.
Wow. Okay.
That's how the value town gets going.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it looks like Canonist, Cataclysm. Yeah, cutting Thalia and Sanctum Prelate.
Yep, that makes sense.
I think
Thalia's maybe kind of okay.
I think it's fine. It slows him down, but it doesn't really do much. Prelate's fine because all of Nick's non-creature spells in this build have X in them.
Okay.
So you can choose any arbitrary X that
get around.
Just doesn't match the CMC of Sanctum Prelate.
Yeah, because Prelate cares about the CMC on stack, not necessarily the CMC of the card.
Yeah, so it's the CMC when they cast it. So yeah, and so Nick is on 0 copies of Natural Order, 0 copies of Glimpse of Nature, 4 copies of Green Zenith, and 2 copies of Finale of Devastation.
Which he did take one of those out.
Yes, because you usually take those out because being green against the Thalia Wasteland deck is usually a little rough, and he would rather have just Green Zenith as a turn 1 accelerant that will get under a Thalia.
Definitely the land destruction and like the Rashadan Port package should really help Damon here.
It should help Damon, assuming that Nick can't get going with his creatures. But Nick is on at least 3 copies of Priest of Titania.
Yep. And that's what you need the swords for.
Yep, but luckily, Revoker can't hit mana abilities. Well, that looks like Cavern Cradle, Symbiote, Abrupt Decay, Beast Whisperer. So that's a really awkward hand from Nick.
Yeah, it's missing the black that he needs.
And it's missing, I think, yeah, so he's...
I think that's a Priest on the back.
I think it's on the back, because that hand is very weak to a Wasteland. Well, I see Aether Vial, Plow, 2 lands. So that looks like a keeper on Damon's side.
Seems good,
yeah.
yeah.
It's Path 2.
Oh, nice. Even better.
Path Swords, Aether Vial, Battered Skull, Caracas, Soul-Covered Plains.
Yeah. There's not anything legendary in the elves that they're going to run, so yeah, okay. Caracas is mostly a fancy plains.
That looks like Priest of Titania, Land, Abrupt Decay, Symbiote. I think it's like Land, Abrupt Decay, Assassin Trophy, Symbiote, Beast Whisperer. Not what you want. You want a way to get basic forest in play.
Yeah, definitely short on lands here. If it had some sort of mana producing elf, that might be a little bit better of a hand.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Go to 5.
Picking the best 5 out of 7 is still quite good.
Yeah, usually Elves not a deck that mulligans that much. So many of its hands are usually playable.
Yeah. But now you can ensure that more of the hands are playable because of
Oh,
the
yes.
London Mulligan.
Oh yeah. Find your cradles more often.
Mhm.
But yeah, the best card in this matchup is Symbiote,
Yeah.
as it allows the Elves to generate mana through a Rashad Port and Wasteland, while also allowing them to blanket Jite
Yeah. Aura Swords.
or sorts. Actually, one interesting thing that Nick probably brought in from his sideboard is Matsu Tribe Sniper.
Oh my gosh,
It's
yeah.
a 1/1 Snake Druid. Matsu Tribe Sniper.
I've seen this as super great tech against
Seeking Show. Depths.
yeah, Depths is the big one. Ooh,
Looks like Visionary Cavern, Catacombs. Oh, that's a great hand.
that's a very good hand.
Yeah, so he's just gonna. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go turn 1, just fetch a forest Symbiote, and then just have Visionary. Now, that's gonna get him a mulligan really fast.
Yep. Turn
He's
1 Vial for
double
Damon.
Symbiote too.
Oof.
Forest. They're doing Druid. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
this is probably
I-
Bates of Swords. Is what I would see from this play.
Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, that's it's a better start for a quicker acceleration.
Try to get 3 Elves in play.
Mhm.
I think Nick's just playing. Going to play the Elves Visionary next turn.
Yeah. Damon has plenty of opportunities to wait to Swords or Path here, so we'll see if he does it at the right time.
I don't think Nick would really mind getting Path that much. Yep.
Yeah, Path
Oh.
is
So
probably fine
this is
for Nick.
most likely on upkeep to try to make the basic come in tapped.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nick's on 2 forests today, so he's out. 2 forests, 2 bayou, 1 savannah, 3 cavern of souls, 4 cradles, 1 dried arbor. Draw step. So technically, you should
Ooh,
you
Fintor
should
Elves.
usually do it in draw step in case they draw the land. And it's like, oh, you can't search for it if it's in their hand.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Especially because the deck doesn't really run many instants of any sort, so
Yeah.
they're not gonna top deck some sort of instant that'll stop the path
Yeah.
from happening.
Yeah, so this is probably symbiote into symbiote, or
Symbiote into
one-
Finthorn Elves, I
Finhorn
bet.
Elves.
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. He's set up next turn to go Visionary, to cast Visionary, bounce Visionary, and just draw 2.
Well, I think Damon here has the swords in hand and goes to Swords to Symbiote.
Yeah, well, he's got a second. And
Yeah.
looks like he's got a second one.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fishing with the band and fired off the swords there.
Yeah.
Second Caracas, that one doesn't stack very well.
Not so much. Yeah, so
Greases of Tanya.
oof.
I'm
Visionary?
pretty sure Damon's got to respond here and hit the symbiote. Because as soon as the Visionary's in play, it can just get bounced. And
Correct.
That's not what you want at all. Oh, hitting the Finthorn Elves.
Interesting.
I mean, basically, yeah, this is what happens. It just gets bounced.
If he's got that second swords like we thought he did.
I mean, but the meaning behind that play is having the Finhorn Elves in play, or having doing that with the Visionary on the stack means you can't tap Finhorn Elves, use the Visionary and untap Finhorn Elves.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really aggressive use. I don't like that really at all because you'd much rather cut Nick off a card than have him on 1 mana. That's a collector oof.
Oof. Oof. Let's get those big oofs in chat. Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
That's not a good sign for Damon if he didn't have a 2-drop to put in off that vial.
Yeah. That's gonna be a big oof. Oof. Oof.
Flicker that
Flicker
out.
the oof out.
Is he only Palace Jailer?
Yeah, he's got
Battery
Palace
Skull?
Jailer.
That's not a good. I mean, the card's fine, but like, elves can take the monarch back from you very easily.
Yeah. Oh, second Flicker Wisp.
What does this do? I mean, what you should.
He's an end step. He's flickering at end step.
End step. Okay. Well, so one trick you can do is you can cast Flicker Wisp, and then what you do is you violate Flicker Wisp, target your other Flicker Wisp, move to your end step. Flicker Wisp comes back in, and you target another permanent. That permanent's gone for the opponent's next entire turn.
Yeah, so he essentially did that, but just skipped the middleman and just vialed in his own Flicker Wisp.
So he targeted Symbiote.
Yeah,
Symbiote's right there.
he vialed in his own symbiote on his own end step
Yeah.
to flicker out the symbiote.
Yes. Yeah, and you can do things like if you don't want a permanent on your turn, but like
Mhm.
your bio, so you target your Flickerous, and then Flickerous comes back, you target the other Flickerous, that comes back on your opponent's end step, that hits it, that, whatever permanent is, then it's free for your turn.
That's true. That's how you do it for that.
That's
Yeah.
also how basically you get an instant speed Flickerous.
Yep.
That's sorcery speed.
Mhm.
Flickerous cannot target itself, but it can target another copy of itself.
There's the priestess.
This is not good. So Nick's holding another copy of Symbiote, so next turn he's looking at drawing 3 cards.
Yep.
And generating like 10 mana.
Something close to that. Yeah.
I think
Oh, on end step, bouncing the visionary.
he wants to do that now because play around like stuff.
There's a
Wasteland
Doesn't help a ton
doesn't
right
help
now.
that ton, but I think you can fire it off on the bayou and try to like play around a Book Decay. I'm pretty sure Jailer's gonna enter. Jailer has to hit. Jailer can't enter. Never mind. Vial is turned off.
Mm-hmm.
That is a yep. So I think Nick is going to run out Visionary, run out another Visionary.
Oof, man. Just sitting on a lot of lands here, though. Second visionary.
I mean, he's got like so he can tap Priest for 4.
for 4.
No, 3. Sorry, Oof is not an elf.
And there's the symbiote. Yeah, so you can tap for 3.
3. Bounce a Visionary, untap it. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
there we go. There's the cradle.
So yeah, I would. So you can tap this for free. 3.
Yep.
Bounce Visionary, untap.
Yeah. Yeah.
3.
Come out of there.
Bounce.
Bounce a visionary. Untap.
Cast this for 2. Draw a card. Ass Blaster.
Nice.
Yep. And you can do it again. Tap for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. Untap. Untap. Cast for.
Now, do you
2,
bounce the same one another time so you have a non-summoning sick one to get in for 1 damage, or is that just so much of a thin margin that it doesn't matter?
I'm pretty sure Nick is just trying to just. I don't think
deep.
really attack. I think he's trying to draw a kill.
Yeah.
And they both enter this turn.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So this is
A
Findhorn Elves.
decay and an assassin's trophy.
It's just a pass. I like the pass because Nick can wait. He's drawing 4 cards a turn. 3 cards a turn. Just 4 cards a turn. 1 for turn. 1 off the symbiote he bounces on Damon's turn. Actually, he can bounce both visionaries on Damon's turn. He's got 2 symbiotes.
You can draw 5 every turn.
Yes, you can draw 5 cards every turn. And yeah, this is not scary. Is that Vial is turned off. This has got to find Canonist.
Mm-hmm.
Or Revoker. Canonist or Revoker are the 2 ones you have to probably look for.
And he's not going to have a chance to be able to cast them
No.
right now.
If he has Spirit of the Labyrinth, that one also is relevant.
Ooh, yeah, that would be very good. Revoker.
This has to name
Symbiote, probably?
Symbiote, yes. Yeah. Bounce both.
Yep, here we go.
Yeah. As Mystic. So yeah.
Nick is still digging deep, see what he can find.
Thing. Draw. Finale.
All right.
That has the combo of Priest of Titania, Wyward Symbiote, and Mirror Entity.
Yeah, because it can get anything, not just green creatures.
It gets anything. It'll search your graveyard too. This gets a Mirror Entity.
And there is...
I see Nick with his muscle memory putting the Green Suns back.
And there's there it is.
And
Finale locks it up for Nick.
See, this is why Elves is such a favorable D&T matchup.
Mm-hmm.
As so much of the D&T deck, it doesn't interact well.
Doesn't interact well with creatures. D&T is built around interacting with decks that play a lot of non-creature spells.
Or actually, not like value creatures, like slower creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Slower creature decks, like Delver, can interact with fairly well, but Elves just gets overrun.
Yeah. Well, that was our last match of the evening, so let's throw it on back to the booth. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm Patrick. This is Kelvin. We're here with Card Kingdom's Legacy stream. You just saw hopefully all 4 rounds of wonderful Legacy action. You can catch them on the replay if you missed any. It'll be up for like 2 weeks-ish, however long they stay on Twitch these days.
2 weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks. It's either 2 weeks or 10 days. Something like that. Either way, Upcoming things on this channel. This Saturday, we've got the Canlander 1K. Starts at noon, I think.
Yep.
Huge tournament for Canadian Highlander. That's going to be great. The week after that, the 20th of July, is the Legacy Preservation Series Invitational Tournament. It's also an
Oh, yeah.
all-Saturday tournament. 32 of the best players in the region with a cut to top 8 after 5 rounds. It's going to be amazing. The list of competitors is up online if you search for it now. Other than that, on this stream, we've got stuff going on every Monday night. We do this starting at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Thursday night is Modern Night. During the day, they have all sorts of other activities going on stream.
We have some of our in-house players. I think Chris Van Meter streams Arena. We have promotional streams usually run through WotC. Also works with Card Kingdom, has stuff up here talking about mainly standard deck building. Also I think they have a couple streams built around mainly the Card Kingdom products that they do, like the rookie decks, their custom tokens, and just generally what's going on with the store.
Every once in a while, like Card Kingdom here, they run internal leagues with the battle decks, and so they've streamed a couple of the finals of those, which have always been really interesting if you want to see how those decks actually play out against each other.
Oh, yes. And thanks, Josh, for posting the link to the invitational invite list in chat.
Yeah, you can check that out in chat, and I think that's everything. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you again next week or this weekend for Canlander Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be running my 5-color mana base into 50% Blood Moons.
All right. Well, if you want to see that and other great things, be sure to tune back in here. Thanks for tuning in tonight, though, and we hope to see you next time. And once again, these classes are real.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to do that every time.